You're tuned in to the Pete McDevitt YouTube stream. Pete's calling the game live and in real time. Join the large and active community of fans in our family-friendly chat room, hosted by some of the best moderators in the business. Whether it's America's pastime baseball, a battle on the gridiron, or an NHL hockey game, you'll find the best sports commentary on YouTube is right here at the Pete McDevitt Show. And it's all starting right now.
As it's about to happen. It's USA versus England. Now.
Available in theaters and streaming globally now on Apple TV+. Day 6 at the 2022 FIFA World Cup draws to a close at Al Bayt Stadium. Can England pick up where they left off after that 6-2 opening victory over Iran? A win over the United States would mean punching their ticket to the next round. They would be the first nation to do that. The U.S., they began their campaign with a 1-1 draw against Wales on Monday. Tonight, a chance to pick up 3 points and to fundamentally alter the way American soccer is viewed around the world. Our friends, the American Outlaws, making the march to the stadium, ready to lend their support ahead of one of the biggest games in U.S. soccer history. The United States, they cannot advance or be eliminated tonight, but a win would go a long way towards helping them advance out of Group B. It is setting up as a program-altering opportunity. Good evening from Doha. Rob Stone here with you from our spectacular home base here in the Qatari capital. 3 matches already in the books today. Iran got past Wales. Senegal also victorious. Netherlands and Ecuador play into that 1-1 draw. But now, the main event. 60,000 seat Al Bayt Stadium. Just about a 45-minute drive north of downtown Doha. And that's where England and the United States will collide for the 3rd time in World Cup play. Here's what's still to come.
Coming up, a closer look at England striker Harry Kane and the inspiration he draws from one of the U.S.'s greatest ever athletes. Tom Rinaldi profiles a talented collection of young stars who hope to prove the future is now for American soccer. And we'll identify the keys to victory for both sides in one of the most anticipated matches at this World Cup. FIFA World Cup today on Fox is sponsored by Google Pixel.
Good morning, America! All across the country, we're getting up early this year. Whether you're repping like
what's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's going to be an interesting one here. United States and England. United States almost in a must-win situation here. If you look at those points over there, they need those 3 to have a chance. So they can alter the world's perception, as they said, as I was watching this here. Welcome in, Krieger. Welcome in, I Know My Rights. Welcome in, Francisco, and others coming in to join us for today's game. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one here. I think, at least. Hoping the USA can step up. We'll see. This England team is not a joke by any way, shape, or form. So, we're listening into the pregame show. We got about 50 minutes. I wanted to get an early start just because I was excited about this game. So, Paul Engel, hello, buddy. Paul Engel did a great job with stats and data earlier. Really appreciate that. Share out the stream, everybody, to the best of your ability. That would help us. Everybody does that. We will all win. We'll get a bunch of people in here watching with us today. That would be awesome. We haven't had a big game yet for World Cup. Jeffrey, welcome in. Haven't had a big one yet for World Cup, so I'm hoping maybe this will be the one. I don't know. We will see. Good to see all of our friends joining in early. I'll be in and out during this pregame. I'm working on a couple shorts and some other stuff that I'm trying to get up and get ready. Man, Paul, they're really pushing this gambling stuff in Maryland, aren't they?
DraftKings Sportsbook is officially live. That means betting legally on same-game parlays, spreads, money lines, props, and more. Anytime.
Really pushing it.
Across the state. So get hyped, Maryland. Download the app today and bet $5 to get 200 in free bets instantly. And get in on the action. You okay, boss?
Should be the last set of commercials here, I hope.
You got in a car accident? You should call Attorney Big Al. Thing is, I can't afford another day off.
And our screen will update as this game starts, everybody, too. Just so everybody knows. Yeah, it's everywhere, pretty much, right? It's crazy.
Were you injured in an accident? Call Attorney Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123.
After missing out in 2018, the United States back at the World Cup, and matches like tonight, the chance for a promising young generation to prove themselves on the game's biggest stage. U.S. inside the
All right, here we go, coming back in.
From kickoff, the state's winless in their last 10 World Cup matches against European opposition. The last victory came against Portugal back in 2002. We all remember it. John O'Brien, Brian McBride with the goals in that one. Can the Americans end that drought tonight? Check out the large jerseys decorating around our set for this occasion. This is the game we have been looking forward to since April 1st, World Cup draw. It is the 12th all-time meeting between England and the U.S., and it is live right here on Fox Sports. It's Black Friday back home, but for so many American soccer fans, has more of a Christmas morning vibe to it. It is finally here as we welcome you inside our home here in Doha. Rob Stone with you. Both sides are represented today. Kelly Smith starred in 2 Women's World Cups for England. I promise you, we'll let you talk. You're going to get some words in about England.
Am I allowed to?
Well, look who else we got over there. Clint Dempsey, the only American male to score in 3 World Cups. And, of course, U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer Alexia Lawless. All right, let's get right down to the simple scenario for the United States. They need a win in one of their last 2 games to have a chance to move into the knockout stage. So, Lex, do you go for it tonight, or do you maybe pack a couple cards and say, let's deal with it on Tuesday versus Iran?
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
You go for it, my friend. This is a moment of opportunity. You know, Rob Stone, that in America,
Looked at him like he was an idiot.
The biggest and the baddest and the best in everything, even sports. When it comes to soccer, our U.S. women's national team, they are the best. When it comes to our U.S. men's national team, they aren't. So tonight is that opportunity to make us believe that we can be. And the opponent does matter. It matters that it's England. It has to be England. We get to shed that insecurity that we have, that inferiority complex that we have. We have to stop apologizing for what we are or what we aren't. We plant that American flag against that country where they have so much history with on and off the field. We'd be bold. We'd be brave. We don't wait for Iran, Rob Stone. There is no honor in that. And if you're going to go down, you go down swinging tonight. You grab a hold of that opportunity and you make us proud. That is the American way. That is the American team that I want to see tonight.
All right, let's take you to kickoff. Good job, my man. Good job.
I get excited about this stuff.
That guy's all fired up.
He's
making a double. All right, Clint, let's flash back to World Cup 2010. You know what it's like to take on England on the greatest stage in sports.
Yeah, and I know what it's like to be an underdog. But in this game, you have to show character, and that's what we showed to get the draw. And that's what these boys are going to have to show tonight if they want to get something from this game and get out of the group.
What do you think their approach should be? Go for it or hold some chips back for Tuesday?
Like I said earlier, I said it
Hey,
twice,
Jesse.
I'm going to say it 3 times. Why put off tomorrow what you can get done today? You got to go out there, try to get the win, try to get a point. You got to get something from the game, and you got to be fighting for your respect. You got to be getting this fan base, get America behind you.
Kelly, as far as the England approach, how do you see them going tonight?
Well, guys, first off, I want to calm you down because this is just another game for England. You know, it doesn't matter.
Oh, what's
it was Iran, it's USA, it's Wales. Who cares? It's just USA, right? That's the mentality of these England players. But we have a very, very deep, strong squad. One of the best in this tournament. Saka, Kane, Bellingham. Kane's one of the best out-and-out strikers in the world. So we're not worried about it. We're just going to go out there. We have to control the midfield. I think that's where the game will be won. The energy that you guys are going to bring, the intensity, but this is all I've heard all day from you lot. I just can't wait for the game to start. See my team perform.
Kelly, I got some bad news for you. I'm looking at the clock. There's a lot more coming your way. Arsenal's Matt Turner back in the goal for the United States tonight. He is the 4th New Jersey-born keeper to start for the U.S. at a World Cup. England, remember, they put 6 past Iran in their opening match, and they have their sights set on a round of 16 berth. Coming up, our first look at lineups and the latest from inside Al Bayt Stadium.
2022 FIFA World Cup today on is presented by Google Pixel.
For some, the rush of life is also the rush of escape. This is the BMW X1. Take control of your next adventure with a bolder design and more versatile performance. This X1 is ready for that journey. From exhilarating all-wheel drive to the intelligent BMW curved display, your next escape is as simple as starting the engine. The X1 BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Señoras y señores, it's Walmart's Black Friday Deals for Days. Shop deals Monday online at 7 p.m. and find hot deals in store Friday at 6 a.m. local. Vamos!
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste it, it just confirms this is fantastic, and only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
I do not know what my breaking point is. That's what I'm here to find out.
This is not an adventure race. You can't call your agent. No one's coming to save you.
This is a real experience. Special Forces World's Toughest Test, January 4th on Fox.
Making their way onto the field. Last time the United States made it out of group play, 2014, Clint, a member of that team in Brazil. Rob Stone, Kelly Smith, Clint Dempsey, and Alexi Lawless back here with you. England, remember, reached the semifinals of the last World Cup. They have strong visions of bringing it home and lifting the trophy for the first time since '66. Here's how they start.
Yeah, the mighty Three Lions. Gareth Southgate picks the same team that demolished Iran. Pickford starts in goal and wins his 46th cap. They have the question marks about Harry Maguire, but he gets the nod to start again. And the midfield will be key today with Bellingham, Rice and Mount. They must keep possession and control the energy that the USA will bring. Number 17, Saka, needs another big game. He scored 2 goals versus Iran, the 3rd youngest to score for England in a World Cup. And then the main man, there he is, Harry Kane, starts after that ankle injury scare. He's just 2 goals behind the all-time leader, Wayne Rooney, who I'm sure we'll be watching.
No change in 11 from their first match. USA, they began their campaign, Clint, on Monday against Wales.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it took a while for Christian to get going, but here he did a great job driving forward, taking that touch to the right, sliding it to Timothy Weah. Great finish from him, and what a way to open your World Cup account in the first game, helping the team get a point.
It was a strong opening 45, second 45, Clint. Things really turned on them.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to win if we see this game out and we get the 3 points. But by making that tackle, his back was to goal. I think it was a tackle that you didn't need to necessarily make, and now we find ourselves in this situation. Need to get something from this game.
All right, well, here is the U.S. lineup that Greg Berhalter is going with. I'm not going to bury Lee. Up top, Haji Wright. That is a change. That is a surprise in that this is a guy that was on the outside for a long time, leading right up to the naming of the roster. 4 caps, 1 goal, and now he finds himself starting in the biggest game for this U.S. men's national team. A lot of other usual suspects, including that same midfield 3 with Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie and Yunus Musa. Of course, Christian Pulisic over there on the left-hand side, playing in his first World Cup. A lot of attention on him. He loves to take players on one-on-one.
Haji Wright, the only change. For more on this one, we head inside Albi. We check in with the pair that will call for you. John Strong and someone who played against England at the 2010 World Cup, Stu Holden. Hi, guys.
Hey, Rob, it just got very loud in here when England took the field to warm up. And as you said, we've been waiting for this thing since April. Now that we're here, how do they win it?
Well, first of all, this team has to believe. Now, what does that look like on the field? You're going to see this young team playing aggressively, stepping in the English defenders' faces, not allowing them to have time and space on the ball. Because you saw what Iran did against England. They backed off, and then they just punished them with chance after chance. That's the first part. This team's is their youth, their ability to get around the field. But within that, I expect this game to be tight. The difference maker, it has to be Christian Pulisic. He's a guy capable of pulling out that play. That's what Tyler Adams told us. That pass that he played against Wales, he's the only guy on the team that can do that. This English defense is tough. They're going to sit back at times too. They're going to absorb pressure. If the U.S. are to be successful and win this game, they need Christian Pulisic having a big game.
And this thing isn't just a big deal for all of us. It's a big deal for the players as well. And for more on that story, we go down to the field and Jenny Taft. Jenny?
Well, John, it really is simple, but when you think about it, it's a dream. And I don't want that to sound like a cliche, because when you talk to the players, and I've been spending so much time around them, around Greg Berhalter, and they keep going back to the same word, and that is believe. We got to believe, and we do. We believe we have the talent and the depth to get it done against England. And speaking of that depth, Haji Wright getting that start up top. And one thing that's pretty unique and special about Haji, and I've heard this all along from inside U.S. camp, they love the guy. He is so close with Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie. They grew up, they came up together, and you know what? They believe in him. This is a big opportunity. And what I can tell you is when they arrived here, when he went into the locker room, he was one of the first out to check out the pitch. He is dialed in and ready for this opportunity.
Jenny, thank you. Harry Kane, good to go tonight after battling some fitness issues recently. Coming up, our Tom Rinaldi examines Kane's passion for a kind of football.
Near perfection. That's what it'll take for the U.S. to claim the most coveted international soccer trophy. But all you need is one single win. New customers, bet $5 and win $150 in free bets if you hit your pregame moneyline bet. Whether they win in a blowout or a nail-biter, you get paid. So download the...
All right, welcome in, everybody. We're about a half an hour out from Drop of the Ball. What's up, Dave? Welcome in, buddy. Ali, thank you for posting those. I appreciate that. It's going to be a crazy game. Must win for the USA, and we're going to have some fun. I think we've done pretty good broadcasting these games so far, and I look forward to what this one can do for us. Screen will change at the start of the game. And we'll get some of those graphics off and out of the way so you'll be able to see everything. Right now, they're running videos behind there, and I'm not going to show those because they're not my videos. So, good to see you guys in here. Keep hitting that like. Share it out. Let a lot of people know that we're over here doing it. Maybe we'll make some new friends today. That would be kind of cool. I'm excited. Looking forward to this. And we will be covering games for all the teams all the way through to the finals. 2 games scheduled for tomorrow. We'll start back up again on this on Monday during the day. But that'll be back at it again with more games. I'm going to try to get some of those posted today. Ben Lawson, welcome in. Let me jump over here, pull this out of the way. Ben says, hi, I know you lot will be wanting USA to win, but I will support England since I was born and lived there. That's awesome, Ben. Definitely support your team. Hey, Cole, what's up? Welcome in. Great to see you. Definitely support your team. Everyone's welcome here. It doesn't matter who you are, what team you support, or everybody's welcome here. Going to be treated with respect and have some fun. And if the USA can score a goal in the first 6 minutes of the game, Space Mountain Dave has said he will yell goal and run around Magic Kingdom without his shirt on yelling goal. From the hub all the way back to Big Thunder Mountain. He said he'll do it. So we got to get a goal in those first couple minutes for Dave to do that. I know we all would like to see that. As soon as they come back to the hangout here, I'll go back to watch it for a minute. I know nobody wants to sit and listen to a bunch of lawyer commercials and gambling commercials and every other thing they're showing. So, I wonder. I know I've shared it out just about everywhere. I think the only place I didn't share it was to my Discord. I forgot about that. I did it just about everywhere else.
It's inflation free at Nationwide Nissan, Kia, and Infiniti. Payments as low as $199 a month.
United States versus England.
For life. A free lifetime engine guarantee, free oil changes, and more.
I don't know. Wonder. That doesn't have a hashtag on it. There we go. See if that changes that. All right, here we go.
Here's Harry Kane on the information he gains from StatSport.
I'm always looking to be better. StatSports just helped me do that, you know, whether it's looking at distance covered in the game, looking at my high speed running, to have that technology and data just there in your hands after every session, every game is huge, really.
Always trying to find that edge. Facing the U.S. has special significance for Kane, given his passion for American sports and the inspiration he draws from one American athlete. For more, here's our Tom Rinaldi.
There was a time before Harry Kane was one of the most famous athletes in the world when he was overlooked, when he was doubted, when he didn't know if he'd ever get his chance. Kane came through that time in his career to stand on the cusp of becoming England's all-time leading goal scorer. He got there by finding inspiration in a different country, America, and in a different sport, American football, and in a different kind of athlete who was also once overlooked before becoming the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
Long before he was the leader,
here is Kane!
before he was the legend,
Trademark Harry Kane finish.
or the captain.
Another Harry Kane moment to savor.
Almost a decade ago, Harry Kane was a player yet to find his place in the Premier League. It was a decade ago that he found a story that would become his inspiration.
I was on loan at Norwich. I was kind of living on my own at the time. I was a little fan of the NFL. I knew bits about it, but come across the Brady documentary on YouTube and I watched that.
It was the example Kane needed to see at a moment of uncertainty in his own career.
Just to see kind of how he was doubted when he was younger, and he kept persevering and kept pushing and kept working and training and proving people wrong. And then when he got his opportunity, he took it with both hands. And I said that to myself, you know, I'm going to get that opportunity, and I just need to make sure that when it does come, I'll be ready for it. And that's what I was able to do.
Harry, different sport, different continent, different rules, different position. Why did that resonate with you?
wasn't so much the sport. It was, okay, how did Tom deal with those moments?
Lock in now, laser focus.
Because I'm going to have to deal with some of those if I want to reach the very top. It was partly to do with the sport, but mainly to do with the personality of the person.
I can't believe it. The reign continues. 50 England goals for Harry Kane.
When have you met Tom Brady?
I was lucky enough to go to the Super Bowl when the Patriots won, and I managed to catch up with him at the after party, which was a pretty surreal moment. And then once after, he come to a game at Manchester United, and got to meet him after the game with his kids there. And
what did you guys share, Harry, in some of those interactions?
And yeah, at the United game over here, no one knew that he was coming back out of retirement, and he kind of said to me, I don't know if I'm retired yet, and I think it was a day or two after it come out that he was coming back to play for the Bucks.
That made a little news, Harry.
Yeah, that was a pretty big story, so yeah, I got the early scoop on that one.
Kane's fascination with the NFL extends beyond Brady, and perhaps into his future.
There's still a fair few years away yet, hopefully, and but yeah, to have the opportunity to try and become an NFL kicker would be quite unique and completely different, and you're the only one kicking the ball at the time. And
there are 11 men rushing at you when you're kicking the field goal. You realize that,
slightly different experience.
Your first reaction when you saw the U.S. was in your group? First thought?
Yeah, tough game, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I know a lot of people have said, you know, we've got a favourable draw, and look, I understand why they said that, but I think we've got some tough teams, and the US being one of them. You know. I guess we've not played each other a lot in football, so there'll be that excitement and that pressure. I think we'll be the favourites, and people will expect us to win, but that comes with an added pressure as well, so having to deal with that will be difficult. Really looking forward to it. It should be a great game.
Tom, thank you. The U.S. knows they need a big performance from their star, Christian Pulisic, fully with the opposition tonight as he plays his club soccer for English Premier League side Chelsea. Pulisic, the standard bearer for a talented generation of Americans who are determined to take U.S. soccer to new heights. We explore that group next.
All right, so everybody just hang tight. We are getting not too far away, 26 minutes from drop. 26 minutes from drop. We're just watching as they're kind of profiling some of the top players and things that are going on. Welcome in. Thank you, Jesse, for doing that. Welcome in. If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. We are a wide open channel. Wide open meaning we welcome fans of all teams to come in here and be a part of our channel. Be treated with respect. Hit that subscribe if you are new. We are working to grow this brand new second channel on our broadcasting platform. Greg, what's up? Welcome in. Greg's cheering for the USA. Good to see you, Greg. Good morning, good morning. We are getting ready to roll this puppy. It's going to be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? We should put it up there. Let me put up a poll here. Start a poll.
Toyotathon is on. It's the most magical time of the year with great deals on Camry, RAV4, and Tundra. Where's the Tundra?
Neil's borrowed it.
What?
Let's get this poll up there so you guys can vote. Get that up there now. Let's pin that. Hey, Rob, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Another dumb. I swear, England, the soccer gets all the lawyer stuff. I've had more lawyer commercials than anything I've seen here.
Where's my lunch?
Gotta go call Big Al. Were you in an accident? Call attorney Big Al at 1-800-123.
Jones Junction is proud to be
Well, that's true, Rob.
best car dealership.
I'm not changing it now. I'll leave it up there.
As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction
Very
has
true.
grown and thrived with a focus on the
We'll leave it the way it's at and let people vote on it.
And Jones Fur
This is good. I think it's going to be a great game. At least I hope so. I believe last time they played each other, they played to a 1-1 draw.
We often get asked, how much does it cost to hire an attorney?
Well, the insurance company's own research shows that people without an attorney get 3 times less money.
So would you rather have this much or this much?
Go, big, go. 1-800-616-2. Anne Arundel County Schools does not have enough school buses for their neighborhood.
To me, it's unacceptable when it's an idea. Fox 45 News, Project Baltimore.
That's true, Greg.
Inside LA Stadium, fans in the U.S. bought the second most tickets for this World Cup, behind only the host nation, Qatar. How bright will Christian Pulisic shine tonight against England? Here in Doha, he's treated as one of the star attractions. His image emblazoned on a skyscraper downtown, just north of our set here. So much pressure placed on Pulisic's shoulders from an early age.
Tom Rinaldi tells us now he's just one of several young American players who are ready to take the world by storm. Our Player Spotlight is sponsored by the Volkswagen ID4.
Real, pure joy and excitement has returned to this program.
Hey, Seth.
A youth movement is upon us.
I think it's a new generation of players.
The United States has done it. They've won the Gold Cup.
Hit that subscribe if you're new today. Help us out.
Yesterday may be studied, but today must be seized. That's their mission, to reach beyond the past and stake the claim of now.
Your men of the United States are back on the greatest stage the world sport has to offer.
This is a group bound by believing their good can be great.
Everyone's called a generation, and to be honest, I really see it. We have so much talent, so much depth.
Pulisic has way up.
You gel together so well.
It's so exciting, not only for all the fans and for the country, but I just think that we all understand that we have an extremely special group coming through for the next decade.
Drives it in, McKinnon.
What's up, highlight reel?
A lot of us go way back. I've met some of these guys when I was 9 years old. I've played against some of these guys since I was 11.
We sure do.
We've always been connected somehow, in some way.
The highest a U.S. men's team has ever been ranked was number 4 in the world in 2006. 16 years later, this team knows its time and its test have come in this cup, where potential matters less than performance, where hope yields to fact. They're eager and they're ready.
It's a great generation of players. They're a young team, exciting team.
Can they seize the moment? Can they take advantage of their opportunity?
We're fearless. We don't set expectations on ourselves. When we set expectations on ourselves, that's only going to hinder us. Going into every single game with the mentality that we can win. Some may think it's naive, but we feel like we can accomplish anything.
We are really determined to change the way the world views American soccer and show the world what we're capable of. The country proud.
We're a bunch of young guys who go out there and get the job done, you know? We're not afraid of any team. I think we're a confident bunch of guys. We're not going into the World Cup just to be there. We're competing to win. The sky's the limit.
You heard Weston say a lot of us go way back. He's not kidding. This photo, 2014 U.S. under-17 team. Pulisic, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Luka De La Torre, Haji Wright. All 5 part of a golden generation for this U.S. program. And for more on their future, we send it out to our U.S. legends on the field.
All right, thank you, Rob. So everybody here, we have all lived the power of a World Cup. We heard in the Tom Rinaldi piece, Harry Kane talk about the opportunity and seizing it. We've all done it in different ways, and in doing so, it has completely changed our careers and our lives. Carly, I'll go to you first. In the moment when it's happening, did you recognize it, and do you think players do recognize it?
You have to. I mean, this is the stage is set. I mean, as a player, it doesn't get much bigger than this. And these moments don't come by very often in our lifetime. So the U.S. men have the opportunity to capture this nation, to bring the mentality, to see what their character is made of. And I can remember in 2015 where we took our opportunity, we seized it, and we captured the nation. And so they have this opportunity tonight to make us all proud and do the impossible.
I love nights like tonight because every time we're in a World Cup, we have the opportunity to not only play and represent ourselves, but we can inspire a whole nation. In '94, Lex, I was at the Rose Bowl watching you guys, which inspired me to become a professional. Deuce, in 2010, when you scored against England, this very same team, millions of Americans were inspired to play the sport, join the sport. And then in 2015, Carly, I went to Vancouver, just retired, went up there, and you inspired me, along with millions of other boys and girls, to get into this game. And it doesn't be as a player, it can be as a coach, but ultimately as a fan. You're inspiring millions of people, and it's tough to say exactly who that person could be or when the moment could, but it could be tonight, Deuce.
Yeah, for sure. We all know what it's like to be that kid sitting at the TV watching your country play, hoping that one day you'll get the chance to be on that world stage. And there's kids at home tonight watching this game. Will this team inspire them? Yes, we're the underdogs, but if you got that dog in you, bred for this, so we'll see.
The great Landon Donovan, the great Carly Lloyd, the great Clint Dempsey, we have all stood on the shoulders of those that have come before us. And to your point, there are young boys and girls, there are young men and women, there are players out there that will be watching this game tonight. And who knows, 4 years from now, in 2026 and beyond, they might look back and say, yeah, that day after Thanksgiving, that game against England, I was sitting there with my family in that den on that sofa cheering, and I saw something magical. And we pass it on to that next generation. Thank you for everything that you guys have done and continue to do for the game.
Thank you.
Let's do it tonight. Let's go.
The great Alexi Lawless. Thanks, Lex. 17 minutes away from kickoff between England and the United States. These crowds have been assembling nightly here around our set here in Doha. No more rotating the armband. Tyler Adams, deservedly the captain for the U.S. at this World Cup. One big change to the U.S. lineup tonight. Clint will analyze it next.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup on Fox is sponsored by Verizon.
All right, we're getting close. Anybody new in here, first time to the channel, say hello to us in the chat. Let us know what side you're on today. We welcome all potential new friends coming in tonight to hang out with us. This is going to be a blast. I'm excited. We are doing as many of the games as we can. We've got 2 games already scheduled for tomorrow, and I didn't even look to see who they were. I should have looked at that first. We are doing France and Denmark at 11. And we are doing Argentina and Mexico at 2 tomorrow. So 11 and 2 tomorrow on this channel. Working some more of the content to bring to you. That'll be good games tomorrow. And then we'll be back again on Monday. Back again on Monday with more action and games to follow. I haven't picked those games out yet. I'll be working on that after this to figure out what games we want to do and get them pumped up and ready to go. Greg, I know you're not new. Cool, Genuine Phil, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Screen will change once the game starts. Some of the graphics will come down when they actually start getting the stuff there up on the screen. So I don't do college football. YouTube allows people to broadcast it illegally. Doesn't do me any good. I can't compete with somebody who's illegally showing the actual game. Nobody wants to come and sit with me when they can go watch the actual coverage. So till YouTube corrects a wrong, it makes no sense for me to waste my time. My time is valuable to me. Thank you, Jesse. I miss doing college football. I enjoyed college football. But it is what it is. Can't do anything about that. Stephanie Keel, hello. Is it wrong to I don't understand what you're asking there. No, it's wrong. It's wrong because YouTube's answer was college football needs to file a grievance. The college football organizations need to. and they're not doing it. So that's why you can't broadcast NFL, can't broadcast NBA. They don't allow you to do it. You can't broadcast this. They don't allow you to do it. Fox and the World Cup will shut you down. It's like the Olympics. They'll shut you down. Shouldn't be allowed to do it. If you're on YouTube, you don't own that coverage. You don't own that footage. Shouldn't be allowed to do it. And I follow the guidelines. I don't teach my son to do anything unethical.
FIFA World Cup free kick is presented by Coca-Cola.
Well, you can't broadcast college baseball. College baseball falls
of this World Cup tonight. It hosts
on
one
football.
of the most anticipated games of the group stage, England against the United States. We've been rejoined by England women's legend Kelly Smith as we begin our Players to Watch segment presented by Coca-Cola. And let's start with Kelly, one of the most feared scorers in the game, Harry Kane.
Yeah, I just think his first game against Iran, he was superb. His hold-up play was fantastic, spinning into the channel, setting up a goal. He's just that talisman. You know, he's just pops up the goals when he gets them.
13 minutes in. 13 minutes till drop.
Played into his feet. He's going to hold up so we can get Saka running in, Sterling, and yeah, just top player for England.
Yeah, we talked about who's going to be that number 9 for the U.S., and tonight it looks like it's going to be Haji Wright. Is he going to be the right guy at the right time? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. What I like about him is his 12 goals he's had in the Turkish league. He's a big, strong player that has good hold-up play. I think they'll be looking at times when they're absorbing pressure, when they need to play out, can he hold the ball up and bring everybody into play? So we'll see.
And me, I'm looking at Christian Pulisic.
What's up, Jerem? Welcome in.
A lot of pressure on him, a lot of attention on him, and for good reason. A generational talent has yet to have that seminal moment, that defining moment on the international stage. Tonight against England would be the night.
I want to remind you, you can win money today on the free-to-play Fox Super 6 app. Just scan the code right now to download the app, answer 6 questions about the England-USA match, and you could win $25,000 of maybe Clint's money. All right, so
hey,
prediction
man, I got
time.
too many diapers to buy, you know what I'm saying?
They don't come cheap. Kelly, who wins, why?
I think England 2-1. I just think England have too much firepower.
I think 1-1 draw.
Boring.
Boring? That's pretty good. You know what's not boring? 2-0 for the United States. I don't know how they say it in the King's English, but 2-0, my friends. Thank you very much.
2-0, my friend. So the moment of truth almost here. The U.S. men's national team seeking their first
Hit that subscribe if you're new today. Help us out. We're minutes away from our broadcast. So get loose. Get ready. Anybody have any questions for me about the channel, about what we do here, drop them into the chat. We'll gladly answer any questions you got. We are going to be covering World Cup all the way through to the championship, no matter who's in it. So if you're a fan of England and coming in today, guess what? I'll be following them all the way through if they continue to progress. So hit us up today and welcome in. Welcome into the fun we're going to have today. We've done a bunch of games already, and the last one, I'll tell you what, Netherlands against is it Ecuador, I think they played? That was really good game. Back and forth, high energy. Hoping this one will be the same way. We'll be keeping you up to date with everything going on in the game. I've got moderators that are dropping information for us and keeping us up to date, and it is going to be fun. A draw is fine for England, not so good for the USA, Rob says. I mean, USA, you look at the points right there up in the top right corner of the stream, you see where the USA is at right now. They went to a draw with Iran, so they really need to do something here. I don't think they can wait till that last game to happen. I think they got to try to make something happen here. And if they do, I mean, it's definitely a big statement for the United States and where their soccer is trying to go. Again, the women's division for the United States is very well respected internationally. The men's, not so much. Not so much. So we'll see what can happen here. Anybody new in here for the first time, say hello in the chat. Let me know where's everybody watching from today. Put it in the chat. I always find that interesting. We got almost 30 people in here. Where's everybody watching from? I'm on the East Coast of the United States, living in Maryland. Where's everybody watching from? Whistle wet. And that's a tongue twister in itself. Australia, Duke, that's right. Duke's in from Australia. We got around the world coverage right now. North Carolina in the house. That's a little bit further away than Australia, I think, isn't it? Is North Carolina closer to me than Australia? Jamaica's in the house. What's up, Jamaica? Good to see Jamaica in the house. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, why is the thing doing that? Looks like YouTube's having their glitches again. Oh, my God. I'm broadcasting at 1080p. There is no reason for a glitch. None. And it dropped me to 720. Unbelievable. Gotta love YouTube. So we are covering all around the world. We got Jamaica in the house. We got the UK in the house. This is good stuff. Is everybody else glitching or is it just me? Why is that happening? Come on. Canada's in the house. That's right. I swear I think YouTube does this on purpose. We're minutes away from this thing started. We have dropped down to 7 people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chat disconnected. How the heck is chat disconnected? Ugh. YouTube, my word. It is enough to drive you nuts when they start doing their glitching crap. It is really frustrating when they do their glitching stuff. All right, let's get back to the game. Here we go.
Stadium inspired by the ancient tents used long ago by the nomadic people in the region. Tonight, it houses over 60,000 fans for one of the marquee group stage games at the World Cup. The United States and England entering the field.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the playing of the national anthem of England. السيدات والسادة برجاء الوقوف في حال القدرة للنشيد الوطني لمنتخب إنجلترا.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's the one you've been waiting for, the United States and England. John Strong, Stu Holden with the call in 60 seconds.
Good morning, America. Rise and shine. All across the country, we're getting up early this year with one thing on our mind. Football!
It's soccer.
Whether you're repping La Cultura...
All right, waiting for them to give us all
the colors. Or you need the world to know this is our year.
Just a second.
Because the beautiful game
belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free with qualifying trade-in.
Hey, Crystal Palace, walk with the woods, welcome in.
Baby, I'm howling for you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Crystal, as well. We're at the last bit of prep before we start.
All right, America, we made it. We're finally here. The United States and England at the World Cup in Qatar in front of 60,000 fans at All-Bait Stadium. Here are the players that are going to play this thing out tonight.
Well, Gareth Southgate naming an unchanged team for the first time since 2018, the World Cup semifinal, a game that they lost. He goes with the same back four, which means that Trippier will play on that right-hand side. You're going to see Jude Bellingham, number 22. Look out for him. He is a danger man in the middle of the field. He'll make late runs into the box. Front three, incredibly talented, but it all circles around Harry Kane, their leading goal scorer, 51 goals for his country. And for the United States, Greg Berhalter, just the one change for them, and it's a surprise one up top. Haji Wright, his 5th cap for the U.S. and just his 2nd start. The midfield is the engine room of this team. That is Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, and Weston McKennie. It's going to be their ability to get pressure on the ball that will dictate if this team can have some success.
All right, let's do this, everybody. Good luck to both sides.
Can this be Christian Pulisic's night? He's been the face of this team since he was a teenager. And it was 239 years ago today, November the 25th, 1783. They called it evacuation
Eric, what's up,
day.
buddy? Welcome in.
British soldiers' final retreat from New York City. George Washington leading a triumphant march down Broadway. One of the
Make
final
sure that
acts
you're
of
live.
American victory.
Make sure you're
in the
live.
Revolutionary War. And as England players continue their statement promoting equality
2, 1,
against
here we
racism
go.
and discrimination, we are underway. It is the United States wearing blue. It is England wearing white. It is the second of 3 games for both of these teams here in the World Cup group stage. U.S. first half, led at the break, couldn't close out the win. On Monday night against Wales, England a 6-2 thumping, one of the biggest wins in their World Cup history against Iran on Monday. England can clinch their spot in the next round with a game still to go if they are to win. For the United States, whatever happens, they know going into that Iran game on Tuesday, win and you're in. Different scenarios based on what sort of a result they get tonight and whether a tie might be enough, but as Turner slices that out, we can talk all we want about standings and scenarios and permutations. It's England. It's a World Cup. That's all that matters.
This is huge.
And one of the things I've noticed very early in this game, we expected the United States to be in more of a 4 defender, 3 midfielder, 3 attackers. They're actually playing with just 2 up front. So they're playing 4-4-2. Haji Wright being one of those, combining right there with Tim Weah. And you've got Weston McKennie on the ball playing out on that right-hand side. So Greg Berhalter changing his tactics. Almost the 2 strikers combining there.
What's the ideal benefit of changing the formation in that way?
What they're trying to do, certainly defensively, is having 2 players right up against the 2 center defenders for England to get pressure on them. They feel that might be a weak spot and that they can win the ball back. They've got the solid lines defensively, and we'll see in the attack if that pays off, having 2 guys constantly occupying those center backs for England.
First foul whistled tonight by Jesus Valenzuela, 39 yesterday, a referee from Venezuela. Gareth Southgate managing expectations as the favorites coming in. He reminded everyone yesterday, we've never beaten in the U.S. in the World Cup. Hope to try to make history. And he hit the nail on the head when he said, We're good at talking highly of ourselves as a nation without evidence. So we need to perform. Greg Berhalter on the other side telling us yesterday the team first half against Wales is really good. We had them when we wanted them. We just got to score that second goal. All in all, it was fine, but England are a different caliber, and they provide much bigger threats. McKennie for Tim Weah to chase. The goal scorer from Monday, cleared out by Harry Maguire. Wright's first touch, as he was the surprise starter in the lineup. Kenny thought that was going to be a U.S. throw, and it's England's.
Wow, gave it to England.
Poked away on McKennie. Bellingham coming to help. Dest pokes it away.
Yeah, hit that subscribe if new, everybody.
Christian Pulisic on the ball for the first time tonight.
They are trying to spread the field now. The United States getting a lot down this left-hand side. Anthony Robinson, who plays his club soccer in England. I think that'll be an English throw there down in the corner. The United States not dropping off, so you wouldn't expect that when they win a throw-in down in that corner, but they're stepping up their pressure. They're going to look to try to win it up in England's defensive half to get that ball back quickly.
Anthony Robinson, one of 5 American starters to play in England, one of 2 American starters to be born in England, along with Yunus Musa. A lot of familiarity, a lot of bragging rights, a lot of emotion at stake. Kane, 2 goals behind Wayne Rooney for the most goals in England's history, and he's hauled down by Yunus Musa.
So part of what the United States are doing defensively right now, they're allowing the center backs for England to have the ball. They're the players you want to try and beat you because they're not the best passers. But as soon as that ball makes its way up the field or it goes wide or to one of the center midfielders, they're going to look to close it down. Look how narrow right now the 2 strikers are. They don't want the ball going to Declan Rice because he's a player that can turn and pick you apart. They're completely okay with England having the ball deep in their own end right now, just passing forth between center backs.
England really taking their time here. Hey, Austin, welcome in.
Maguire errant for Luke Shaw.
That's a perfect example. Harry Maguire gets a little impatient. They've had some possession, doesn't have real pressure, tries to play the pass out wide to Luke Shaw, and it goes straight out of bounds. The United States win back possession. So England's challenge is going to be when they do have the ball in those spots, can they either go direct over the top of the, like Saka and Sterling with their speed, and then can they find Harry Kane underneath behind the U.S. midfield to then turn and play some of those passes.
Weah, McKennie, Haji Wright. He's trying to get that away, a bit of a touch, but it's going to work for Anthony Robinson. Tyler Adams, the U.S. captain, under some pressure. It looked like it bounced off him last, and it did.
Southgate there saying 4-4-2, so he's noticed and is communicating to his players now on the English side the shape that the United States are playing with. It's just 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 strikers. They're within that system, but that changes you as a coach in how you're game planning and potentially want to try to break down the opposing defense.
sets for Robinson. Saka defending him. Robinson, can he catch back up to that touch? No, it's out. Catch up there as Kane opens it up to the far side for Luke Shaw. Sterling wants it. He was clapping his hands, wanted the ball. Here he is now.
Well, that plays in the United States' hand. They had the open field there. It was a great throw from Trippier to find Harry Kane. He turns out wide, sprays the ball out to Raheem Sterling. Too late, though. It states the defense to get back and get into their defensive shape once again.
It does feel the proverbial boxing match.
Yes.
It's just two,
I was thinking
two
the same
dudes
thing.
here just feeling each other out, getting a sense of it. And that's testament to the U.S., I suppose. Throw a little bit of a wrinkle in it, making England have to think about this thing. Trippier going long, trying to get Bukayo Saka on the run. Robinson tracking it, just knocks it out for a throw. Jude Bellingham, 19 years of age, was the first player born this century to score a World Cup goal for any nation.
8 minutes in. 8 minutes in.
Goal scores for England. That 6-2 win against Iran. Bellingham goes down in a heap.
Yeah, Ajay Wright getting tangled up with him.
And they're both slow to get to their feet.
No foul was whistled, so playing.
That was the second biggest win in England's World Cup history, their biggest ever in an opening match. The confidence is flying high for them. And here they come. Bellingham on the ball. Ream backing off. Cut back into the middle. And
oh!
There it looked like from Walker. Zimmerman denies Harry Kane out for a corner.
Well, there's the incisive passing from England and the movement off the ball from Jude Bellingham. That's the man.
Almost.
And Yunus Musa in the middle there falls asleep for a second and he runs in behind. Tim Ream doing a good job anticipating, getting some pressure on the cross from Saka, and then it's Harry Kane. That's the guy that Walker Zimmerman, step for step, doesn't go down early and gets his body in the way, deflects it behind for a corner. Now this is an area where England can find an advantage on set pieces. Great delivery comes in from Trippier.
Hey,
They drag some numbers to the front post. That'll be Sterling and Rice, and they try to open it up for the four around the spot.
Trippier into the middle, knocked down as Stones was rising up. Maguire tried to chase it down. Way it got there, it's still in play. Maguire running in, the center back rides the bump still. Harry Maguire off balance, stabbed away by Dest. Fired back in and quickly into the stands.
That was close.
Oh, there was a quick moment there, wasn't there? Harry Maguire.
That was too close for comfort right there. Way too close for comfort.
But he's off balance. It's Tim Weah down in the corner. Now, here's where he just pulls out of the challenge because he doesn't want to make a foul. And then Tyler Adams tries to anticipate. Harry Maguire sees that. He comes inside. It was a dangerous chance for England, but the United States, again, just able to get a foot on it and clear their lines through Serginho Dest.
You heard our studio crew and Landon and Clip Carley talking about young men and women sitting on their couches watching this game being inspired. That was Matt Turner at the 2010 World Cup, a high schooler dreamed of being a baseball player. That 2010 World Cup, the game against England, changed his dream. Started playing soccer regularly, focusing on it full time. Now here he is in goal for the United States against England at this World Cup.
Defensively at times is the system that they're playing here, the 4-4-2. You're not always matched up directly against another player. So you're marking space and you're marking passing lines. So it takes a lot of communication, especially when you're playing a team like England where the attacking players are interchanging. Sterling comes inside, then Mount goes wide. On the other side, it's Saka and Bellingham. They're just constantly doing that. So watch the United States midfielders. They're going to have their head on the shoulders, looking over, trying to see where they can cut off passing lanes at times to keep England pinned back a little bit deeper.
Hanging in there, Nick. Hanging in there.
Kane drops in to find space, opens it up, intercepted by Robinson. Under pressure, though, forced to just hack it away. Musa. Can the U.S. keep this and build something out of it? Robinson stepping in.
Oh!
Bellingham. Good work by Tyler Adams, the U.S. captain. Now Musa. Zimmerman in between options.
Yeah, they've been wasteful with the ball, the U.S., and it's just allowing England to win it back here to come on the attack.
What's the highlight reel?
Fronted by McKinney. For Raheem Sterling. Bellingham wants it. Moves it further along for Trippier. Pulisic comes to meet him. Stones, the center back. He's back out wide for Trippier. Robinson coming to meet him. It's going to be
Uh-oh!
Instead, Saka deflected cross up in the air. Kane trying, and McKinney got a body on him. Adams hooks it away, but the U.S. under some real pressure right now.
They are. They're getting forced back deeper and deeper. You've got to try to squeeze your lines up and get some pressure on the ball. No time, too much time and space for England wide. Their movement off the ball has been so good. So unpredictable, rushing beyond the back line and just dragging the United States apart defensively and opening up some gaps. Here it is again.
Trippier once again in for Saka. Ream is out to defend him. Poked away by Trippier. Turner can come get that and does.
What's up, Michael? Welcome in. England will win, Michael says. I always recognize people when they come in, Michael. Good to see you, buddy.
Got a hand on the penalty as well. That Gareth Bale scored a tie. Robinson just kept that under control. Dashed by Sterling. Ream for Robinson, teammates at Fulham in the Premier League in England. Zimmerman, that's going to work in the end for Tim Weah.
It's the second time he's tried that one, Walker Zimmerman. It makes me believe that Greg Berhalter wants that quick diagonal out to the opposite winger, because actually Tim Weah goes wide in the build-up. When they have possession, it goes out to that right-hand side. He's just mishit the pass twice, and it's gone straight back to a white shirt.
Hey, Camille, welcome in.
Quarter hour gone in front
Welcome
of
in, Camille.
A majority
Camilla?
of England fans.
Camille, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome in.
Qatar, the northernmost stadium here at this World Cup. Sterling back.
Anybody brand new today, hit that subscribe. I'm covering games all the way through the finals. Doesn't matter who's there, I'm doing the games.
In for Raheem Sterling, they're backing off. And his back, he turned it back for Shaw. Just trying to play the angles. In the cross comes, and all the way through to Matt Turner.
We saw the possession numbers heavily tilted in England's favor, which the game shows. The U.S. have been unable to get out in transition, although that's a great run by Anthony Robinson to get them up the field.
Pulisic with it now. Greg Berhalter said it was a huge key. I need guys that can run. Offensive transition's going to be huge. Here's Weston McKennie. Dest will overlap him. McKennie crossing in for Haji Ryan.
Oh, wide.
Turn that one on frame. First shot of the night for the U.S.
That's what they're looking for, though. Good breakout initially by Anthony Robinson, and then as the ball goes wide to McKennie, watch the overlapping run here. It comes from Dest. That forces then Luke Shaw to back off and give him space to put that cross in. Looking right, it's a tough one just because it's behind him. He's trying to redirect it towards the goal with any type of pace to take it past Pickford. But that's an encouraging sign in a transition moment there for the United States.
We're going to try to get up to 530 on subscribers today at least. Got to try to at least pick up 3 today.
Haji Ryan on just his 4th ever appearance for the U.S., his 2nd ever start, got his debut in June. On the field from the start tonight as Zimmerman will nod that back to Turner. In for Robinson. Berhalter wanted him to run. Loses it out there. Saka's pressure picked up by Trippier.
Right. Saka's doing a good job dropping deeper and making sure he's step for step with Robinson. He doesn't leave him 1v1 with Trippier.
Musa committed the foul.
Nothing. Just going back and forth right now.
Now the USA chants have been very quickly drowned out by boos and then the England chant.
There's a lot of English fans in here.
And a misplay by Kieran Trippier. And that's kind of to your point. England can have the ball all they want in those sorts of areas.
And Greg Berhalter down to
Coming up on
right
19
really
minute
trying
mark.
to communicate some tactical instructions. Specifically, it looked like to Serginho Dest. He wants him rotating over. I just think defensively, they're rotating too. And then when Anthony Robinson, the left defender, he releases and goes to step, it leaves a big gap behind him.
Harry Kane adds doing all he can with the strength and the size of Kane. Gets it in for Saka. Bellingham into the middle. Musa there to meet him. Poked it away, no foul. Pulisic first to the loose ball. Couldn't take it cleanly. Gets it away from Musa. How about that silky turn? Bit behind McKennie, but he'll send Serginho Dest forward right. Furthest in the box. Dest trying to caught it. It was blocked. Yunus Musa first to react. The captain, Tyler Adams. Pulisic now driving inside. Great recovery by Weah. Back out for Serginho Dest. His cross into the middle.
Oh.
Too tall for Pulisic, and Pickford's there.
Thank you, Nick.
Better ball in from Serginho Dest. Best move of the match. The United States, they get Pulisic playing on the half turn, able just to get that first touch facing goal. They get it wide. He's got time. He's got space. And just can't find Haji right in the middle of the box. It goes straight into the arms of Pickford.
Not really, Michael. I'm just learning everything, buddy, to be honest with you. Tell you the truth.
Let's hear more about the youngest American captain in a World Cup since 1950. Tyler Adams with Jenny Taft.
Well, it's interesting, John, because Greg Berhalter allowed his players to decide who do you want to represent you at a World Cup. No surprise that Tyler Adams was the guy, and we caught up with him yesterday, and I said, is this a dream of yours to be a captain for the U.S. at a World Cup? And he said, it wasn't necessarily to be a captain, but I always wanted to be a guy that people wanted to follow. I have that competitive edge. I believe in these words, pressure is a privilege. And no doubt, yes, he's young, but Tyler Adams is the perfect example of this U.S. national team.
23 years old from Wappingers Falls, New York. He was a professional as a teenager. Even when he was a teenager, he was a grown man, and you could tell.
Oh, yeah, Duke gets packed.
The New York Red Bulls, he had this in him.
Not a seat open that I can see.
That's 100% certain. And in the last game, the highest player behind him, the number of tackles they had was 2. Tyler Adams
but
had
it's
6.
packed.
He had second most touches on the team at 86. He is at the heart of this team. It's a little bit of a different look for him today, though. When he was playing as the only defensive midfielder, he could kind of go around and cut off passing lanes and cover for guys. He's in a 2, so it means he's marking more of space as opposed to men in this type of game.
Stone's trying to fire that one in by Bellingham. Mason Mount trying to do something, and Adams was only able to knock it away. Best chance England have had so far, the hurricane shot that Walker Zimmerman, the 2-time MLS Defender of the Year from Nashville SC, was able to get his body.
Just past the 22-minute mark.
With Pulisic, but throws a little shove out. You see Harry Kane, the goal scorer, this is the other part of the game that he does so well. He uses his body, it's his hold-up play, and his passing is such an underrated part of that. As that lone striker, he comes underneath, and then he brings other guys into the play.
Trippier able to control that heavy first touch, skips around Robinson. Good tackle by Musa. Force England right back out. McGuire gone. Sterling on the end of it. Dest is the defender. Great first touch by Raheem Sterling. Going to run at Serginho Dest. Sterling into the box. Couldn't get through. It's deflected loose.
Oh!
Raheem stabs it away as far as Rice. He couldn't take it cleanly, and he's forced backwards. It goes for chase. Robinson bodied off it. Runs out of room. Anthony Robinson, born and raised in England. His dad grew up in New York and a U.S. citizen.
You see that stat there? That's the stat I was referring to with Harry Kane. Total receptions between the midfield and the defensive line. That's that pocket underneath that the U.S. are trying to block off those passing lanes. He just continually finds a way to get the other side of you in your blind spot, picking up the ball, turning, and bringing other players into the play.
It's interesting. One of the things Greg Berhalter talked to us about before the Wales game, he said just you have every play like it's the most important of your life. That's the magnitude of a World Cup. Those moments where it's easy to lose your concentration, think it's easy. As Pulisic was fouled, advantage played as he finds Weston McKennie. Hands it back for Weah, the goal scorer, Monte. Able to wriggle his way through. Tyler Adams now, numbers up for the U.S. Here's Dest. McKennie opening up wide. Drive in, he finds Yunus Musa. Musa turns, no cross, back out for Dest. Dest to get it in, back it comes instead for Weah. Weah's cross on the deck, and it's McKennie who missed it.
What a chance.
Wow, he had a chance.
He knows it.
He blew an opportunity right there.
The United States wide, and they have a numbers advantage. They created an overload over there. They were just working, waiting for the perfect opportunity to put the ball in. Comes back in, and Tim Weah has it. He picks his head up, puts it into a good spot. Trippier had dropped deep. And Weston McKennie bounces right before he takes it. So he's trying to take it on the half volley and is leaning back. Instead of getting over the top of it, just hit the target.
Wow.
Best look of the game for the U.S.
A shot across the bow of England. Kane trying to turn on that one. Anthony Robinson. A little hip feint there to send Saka going. Can he get back to that ball shoulder to shoulder? And it's going to be out for England throw.
No, it's not a foul. It's not a work from Saka. Good strength. Just goes shoulder to shoulder with Anthony Robinson. Gets a body on him, pushes him out of the field, and the ball goes out for a throw. England in possession.
Forward, Dest brings it down, immediately pressured. Gets a throw out of it.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if that last attack for the United States gives them a bit of confidence to continue and go. The thing that I saw in that sequence was just the braveness in possession, willing to take the ball under pressure. Good patience, waiting, working that English defense, forcing those wingers. There's Raheem Sterling to your left side of the screen. He's having to track back all the way inside 18 yards from his own goal. That's where you want him instead of goal down the other end of the field as Anthony Robinson wins a foul for a push from Trippier.
And it might have been a break for the U.S. the other way. It looked like Jesus Valenzuela had his mind made up. He was going to blow the whistle and didn't wait just to see because Robinson was in as he was tripped up.
I'm actually surprised that's not a yellow for a tactical foul.
First World Cup game for this referee. Experience at the Copa America, the South American Championships, and at last year's Olympics. These are big moments for referees, too. They handle the biggest game of their lives. Is always an interesting storyline. Weston McKennie, a little bit of space as Rice is backing off. Weah making a big run. McKennie's going to drive inside. Pulisic, and has Pulisic with Robinson outside of him. Anthony Robinson has it now. Into the middle for Weston McKennie. Forced back, able to recover it for Robinson. Space and time. Looks to go back to Yunus Musa. Dest making a big run. Moves a deflected shot.
Oh, deflected shot.
Weston McKennie's starting to come to life now. He's forcing Sterling to defend, and when he's not, he breaks in the team forward. Breaks past that English midfield. They get the ball out wide left. It comes back to Musa. He had a good run from Serginho Dest our side, but he opted for the shot with power, takes a deflection, and that allowed Jordan Pickford to comfortably save that one. The USA chance starting to build inside. The US supporters like what they've seen the last couple of minutes.
walk-off way up, opening up wide for Shaw. Shaw able to find Mount, poked away by Dest. Turner's going to come get it.
Got it.
He wants to go. Load it up a little bit.
And you can see on Turner, it is much warmer here than it has been at the other stadiums we've certainly been at. Tyler Adams talked about, these guys are used to, most of them, playing in pretty cold conditions this time of year in England or elsewhere. Plus a lot of extra stoppage time, more than they're used to. So fitness has been a concern across this World Cup.
He's singing the English national anthem.
Musa had a chance to get off on the run. He's down in some pain. Tyler Adams arguing with the referee.
What a little flick from Pulisic around the corner. Had a look. Oh, that should be a yellow as well. So that's a late tackle from Stones. Yunus Musa had gotten there first. He flicked it away from him. There's no defenders behind Stones there on this near left side at least. So
yeah, that's true, Nick.
Being pretty cautious with the cards so far.
No England players were shown a yellow card in their opening game. There are 4 Americans in total, 3 on the field that were shown a yellow against Wales. If they get yellows tonight, they would be suspended for the next game against Iran. As we played half an hour at Al Bayt Stadium, Al Khor, Qatar, between England and the United States, the one we've been looking forward to since the draw on the 1st of April. England, who thumped Iran 6-2 on Monday. Bit of a tougher fight tonight, and a frustrated U.S. team as that gets whistled for a foul
on Weston McKennie. Now, McKennie is one of those players who on a yellow card from the first game, as well as Serginho Dest. I don't see much of a foul. They both got hands on each other, and it's Mount at the end. Of course, McKennie's got his hands up. No pressure on Trippier here, backing off.
Trippier crossing it in. Zimmerman was there. Right to the second ball. Trippier cleans it up. Quite a loose touch, able to recover. Pickford going along for Sterling. Dest rises up to win the header. McKennie flicks it along right in a wrestling match with Rice. Adams bouncing off Mount. McKennie.
Nice move.
He's McKennie on the run. He's got the speed on Declan Rice if he wants to go. McKennie turns it up, crosses back. Yunus Musa, can he get under control? How about Pulisic? Christian Pulisic now takes it off.
Ow, off the post!
No touch from Pickford. It's a goal kick. Pulisic inches away.
Well, if you heard about the swagger and the flair of this young team, look no further than Weston McKennie right now. Big-time player, turns up in big-time games. Gets it out wide. Christian Pulisic wants his moment, but pretty quick.
Wow.
Defenders in front of him. He gets a half yard of space on the left foot, and that is a laser at that near post. Does Pickford get a touch on this? No, it doesn't. It just comes straight off the crossbar, up and over.
Wow.
I see a U.S. team right now that is confident on the ball, comfortable in possession, driving back, forcing this English team to defend.
Off the bounce, Ream. That's going to be whistled as a foul as Kane goes down. And you can be confident all you want. It's an England team got to the semifinal of the last World Cup, got to the final of the European Championship a year and a half ago. They've been in these fights before.
And this is
he hit hard.
The theme of the past couple of goal kicks. I think the United States are dropping too deep. England are forcing them back, but you could draw them offside, or at least come further and make them then come from behind you on long set pieces, long free kicks. It'll be interesting what England do here. This one's a central ball. We'll see who they line up. It's a little too far out for a direct strike.
Because the criticism of England over the last year is they don't score enough from open play. It's because they're scoring so many goals from set pieces.
I mean, they've got Harry Maguire. Look at the top, the right of your screen right now. That's who Trippier is looking at. I would imagine they're going to try to get him running in behind and maybe look for him on that first one and have guys crashing the box. Here's Bellingham on the near side. But this is definitely something they've worked on. You don't just have 3 guys standing over the ball. There you go.
Taking short, Trippier looking for Maguire. And Dest played that. Turner was coming to get it. Wright just gets it clear.
Crowd is into it today, which is cool.
It's a big run from Stones out of the back. Maguire couldn't get it off to him. And Stones a long run back there, number 5, to get in position and pick it up from Pickford. Run. That was for 95 minutes. Looking pretty good for the U.S. Draw would have been the best result. Wayne Hennessy got sent off. The Wales goalkeeper, Iran, scoring twice deep into stoppage time. Latest regulation winner in World Cup history. So here's a live look at the standings. If it finishes tied, that's where the U.S. would be. All they have to do is go and beat Iran, and they advance on Tuesday. If they win, a tie against Iran would be enough. If the U.S. loses, they'd have to beat Iran and hope that Wales doesn't go crazy in a win over England. About to go between now and then. Here come England. Shaw hands it off. It's Mount out there. Cuts away from Dest. Cross in. Popped in the air by Zimmerman. Second ball up in the air. Sterling battling. McKennie late to react. Shaw has it now. Back in for Mount. Clips it up in the back post. Turner there in front.
Nice save.
Wanting to go quick. Pulisic on the end of it. And Stones does just enough.
Well, what a great run from Pulisic. He's the one that initiates that ball from Matt Turner. Takes off on a dead as soon as Turner comes out and grabs that cross, and it gets your team all the way up the field into the defensive half of England off of some defensive pressure for the United States.
Clever by one of the England players warming up beside their bench to kick the ball back on the field and not allow the U.S. to go quickly with the throw as they...
Yeah, there's no friends on that field. Once you cross that white line, there's no friendships.
On the turn. As Robinson making a big run. Can he find him? No. Saka knocks it in the middle, but it's picked up great first touch by Tim Wade.
Oh, come on. How's he drug him down?
Advantage being played by the referee. Robinson. Pulisic. They're shouting for a handball. It is a handball. Promising moment, too.
Handball.
What do you make of this?
Well, I felt that England started the game the better of the 2 teams. They had the possession. They had States under pressure. It took the U.S. a little bit to figure out how to get into that game, and they used the ball incredibly well. A couple of those transitions that we've seen from defense to attack, getting up the field, putting England back a little bit, and then under some pressure there. That's when they've engaged around the midfield line. So I would say this game's really evened up.
Quick throw in, right, trying to sneak in behind. Was Maguire alert to the danger. He's able to get it clear. McKennie, great control, able to find Tyler Adams, holding off from behind, splits to England defenders, trying to cut him back in. The U.S. will get a throw. Serginho Dest comes to take it, born and raised in the Netherlands. His dad in the U.S. area. Same story for Weston.
Zimmerman from the back.
He's using the photographer's bib there to dry his hands to get good firm grip. His dad was in the Air Force. He bounced around as a kid. Here he is on the field for the U.S. Weston McKennie. And his long throw in doesn't get the flick. It goes straight up in the air. Wright first to react. Haji Wright looking to turn. Still Wright cutting it back. And that will be a U.S. corner. The first
corner kick.
Great use of his body from Haji Wright. He was the target on the throw-in, so it comes to him, it pops up, and then he gets his body in front. You're not going to try to win that ball if you're an English defender. You don't want to give away a penalty and then ultimately get a touch on it as a corner.
Greg Berhalter said it bugs him. They haven't been more effective on set pieces, but he insisted Christian Pulisic has it in him to deliver quality service. Said, just take a breath, slow down, get your fundamentals right. In it comes, sent out by Maguire.
And that was a good ball. Pulisic's a little frustrated, actually, at the end of that, right around the penalty spot. And he still looks
Dest was whistled there for the foul. It was wrapping up Raheem Sterling there in the opinion of the referee. Pulisic still frustrated about it. There's a big run coming forward from Mount, comes back in for Kane, and Adams, who was right in the passing lane. Musa picks it up, Wright wanted it. Pulisic wants it now. So he Dest instead. Back for Yunus Musa. Good step by Maguire. Chance for Musa to run it behind. It's going to go wide for Tim Weah. Weah to the byline. His cross lifted in for Pulisic.
Too far.
Robinson dead sprint.
Saka ties him off. Robinson tries to win it and doesn't. It's opened up the game a little bit for England.
Kane gets it away from Mount. U.S. scrambling a bit right now. Saka, great touch around Adams. And then that pass overhit. And Way is there to get that. Can he accelerate the other way and turn this thing into a real track meet? Not quite. What's the decision here? U.S. throw.
The assistant referee hesitated. He wasn't quite sure. It ends up white, blue, blue. U.S. throw.
Definitely warmer and more humid here in this building than it has been the last few nights. You can see the U.S. player's Dest there again, just trying to wipe off his hands for the throw. Oh, the flick from right. That was Way, in fact. It's Dest now. Pulisic's in the middle. Serginho Dest deflected. And will spin out wide for a U.S. corner.
Well, I don't mind that from Serginho Dest. Great back heel from Tim Weah, opens it up, and now he's running at the back line. So Haji Wright's making the run inside. They're matched up. He likes that matchup against Harry Maguire. And he gets him off balance, comes onto his weaker left foot, but we've seen him score with that one. And Harry Maguire, give him credit, does a good job. It looked like for a minute there he was beat. Gets the right foot out. Deflection, corner United States.
Dest scored against Costa Rica last year in qualifying. That same kind of play on that left foot. Pulisic now, in swinging ball with his right foot. Second U.S. corner. Pulisic rolling anywhere with blue.
There's nobody crashing around that 6-yard box, getting across the first man. Again, Pulisic beats the first man, and that's where you would expect the United States having guys getting around. They can't get away from their marks right now.
Now Pulisic, turning and running. Weah for Haji Wright. Pulisic wants it back. Wright holds it. Sterling fronts him. He's got Dest for support. Numbers up here for the U.S. Dest crossing in. Tenor flat wide.
Well, there was a chance for Haji Wright to play him in first time, and the U.S. fans responding. English fans, not so much. It ends up coming off his shoulder. Pulisic, he's trying to redirect. It's another one. It's a difficult one because the trajectory of the ball. He's coming back. He's up in the air. He can't generate power. So really test the goal of Pickford. He had McKennie right behind him as well.
Tyler Adams told us yesterday he's made a name for himself, Prince Maker. We need to get the best out of him. But he said the way he's playing, the way he's training, the way he's competing, he's at his best right now, Christian Pulisic. Adams in a wrestling match with Mount that he loses. Sterling picks it up and bodies off Dest. Saka couldn't get cleanly through. Taken right back by Trippier. Bellingham, oh, he had the run there of Mount. Shaw crossing in.
Nice.
Look, we expected this game to be tight, and it's had its swings and blows, and you're talking about a boxing match. Well, England were punching first, United States defending, then they've swung back with a couple of jabs, and they're the team that looks like they're capable of throwing that heavy blow back to England as that one goes out from Robinson. But we have seen this story throughout this tournament when a team has been on top, and maybe a team that's perceived inferior like the United States, but they don't take their chance when they are in top, when they have the momentum. And then England, one chance, one goal. So the key for the U.S. scoreless is that if they can continue to have pressure and some chances on goal, is finding that incisive moment and that moment of quality before England deliver that knockout blow.
Bellingham sneaking it behind Tyler Adams. Bellingham crossing in. Dest is there. Shaw looking to reset quickly for Sterling. Dest read the play well, couldn't take it away. Gets nutmeg. Shaw into the box, the cross, and that was behind Bukayo Saka. Couldn't turn it on frame.
Wow, what great play. Luke Shaw. I think he ends up nutmegging Serginho Dest. A little flick behind the back. It was right before that. Tim Weah, again, in a similar situation, wants to make the challenge, but can't because he doesn't want to give away a penalty. He's a step behind. Who's there making the challenge, though? Anthony Robinson coming all the way over from the left side to run with Saka, who had started on the right, made that run to the front post, and Anthony not taking a play off there.
We'll have one added minute here at 45 before the break.
One added minute. One added minute.
Kane able to pick it up and hold off Adams. And here on the turn, opens it up wide. Here's Shaw once again, in for Sterling, trying to find the run of Matt.
Oh, what a save!
First save tonight from Matt Turner, and an important one in first half stoppage. Timeout for a corner.
The life of the goalkeeper. His really involvement in this game has been crosses coming out, gathering them. But you have to have an ability, the best goalkeepers, to make the big saves. Matt Turner's shot stopping up there with some of the best in the world, and he does there, down to his right. His feet are set, his quick reactions, gets two hands on it and palms it behind for a corner. That's the last. You need to stay dialed in here. This is going to be the last action of this half. It's very important you stay with your mark.
Trippier. Trippier swings it in. Turner, good solid catch in traffic. And the referee will send the teams to the break. Rob Stone, back to you at our corny set. 45 minutes down, 45 to go at Al Bayt Stadium. No score between the United States and England.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon. 10th scoreless first half we've had here through 20 matches at this World Cup. Rob Stone coming up on the Verizon halftime show. We'll look back at an eventful first half. We'll have an update on the health of Brazilian superstar Neymar, and we'll tell you about another big showdown tomorrow right here on Fox. This is the third World Cup match between the U.S. and England. The three Lions yet to defeat the States on the sport's biggest stage.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better...
Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new
All right, halftime, everybody. Halftime on the game. Wow. That first half went by quick. Really quick.
This Black Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon.
That was good stuff, though.
iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900. Verizon.
Second half could be decided by one simple mistake. It's possible. Definitely possible.
Here's what. You connect with Credential's rock-solid team, serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your ride? Visit Credential.com or speak to an advisor today.
The world doesn't come together like this very often. But when it does,
Yeah, I think the U.S. did well the first half overall.
Qatar is committed to that idea.
I mean, they weren't playing scared. That's, you know, they were playing aggressive and into it.
And innovator, with possibilities
So that's the important factor.
and rewards that are priceless. Let the world play and become part of our story.
Yes, please slam that button. Slam that button. Give us a like. Give us a follow if you're enjoying it today. We'll stay here on halftime and see what's going on. On that first attack, I thought it was going to be a long day. When England came down there, I was like, oh, boy. The U.S. has done a good job of handling their barrage of talent coming in.
So where do you think this pressure is coming from?
Everyone. I'm just taking a minute.
So much pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. True.
On Fox is sponsored by Prudential. Millions of people rely on Prudential's rock-solid strength for investing and financial planning.
Welcome in, Gregory.
England, remember, they put 6 past Iran in their first match, but they've been held in check by the U.S. We are scoreless at the break in this highly anticipated Group B showdown. Glad you're back here with us in Doha. Rob Stone, Kelly Smith, Clint Dempsey, and Alexi Lawless with you. The U.S. cannot advance or be eliminated tonight, but they could certainly boost their chances with the victory. Early on, though, it was all England, and it started with a wonderful opportunity from Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's up, the ball up back. Bellingham at the top of the box. Look at the run by Saka on the outside. Little cross into Harry Kane and a great block there by Zimmerman. Harry Kane, you'd bet your money on him getting that in. A fantastic way to put your body on the line.
First 20 minutes, all England, Clint, then things changed.
They started to change it. They started to get more confident. They started getting their way into the game they believe in. As they created each chance, they got more confidence. Great ball in here from Weah. McKinney, you'd like to get this on frame, but I think U.S. are having the better of the chances.
I thought Weston McKennie was really good this half. I also thought that Christian Pulisic grew into the half as it went along, and especially over that, that right side with Weah and Dest. A lot of joy and a lot of opportunity. Again, Weston just driving at the defense. He's going to find Musa at the top of the box here. And then Christian Pulisic, unlucky, but look at the power that he generates just from one step. And right off the crossbar.
And like we talked about, we just kept growing in confidence as each kind of chance came. Weah with the nice back heel. Dest running at the defender. Cuts him inside, tries to hit him with his left foot, gets deflected, but man, we were dangerous in that first half.
They were at 43rd minute, another chance, Dest on the right.
Again, down that right-hand side. Weah and Dest overlapping, and these crosses coming from really good areas are finding the blue shirts. And while Pulisic grew into the half, the U.S. also grew into the half.
Matt Turner is the #1 in the nets because he is a shot stopper, plain and simple.
What a stop this was by Mason Mount at the top of the box, strikes it low, he gets down low, just parries it wide. Brilliant save there to keep it 0-0.
Shots 6-5 in advantage of the United States, both nations with 1 shot on goal. Christian Pulisic, these are the images moments ago, him making his way from the field into the locker room. An update on Neymar's health when our coverage returns.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon.
No. Face the fact. Mbappe will destroy Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho will beat him for sure.
Okay, you know what? What if we...
Okay, halftime going on. 15 minutes total for the half. When we come back, it's all out action for the balance of this game. Hit that subscribe if you're new. We're going to be calling these games all the way through the championship. All the way through. Who do you guys think's going to win this whole thing? Put it in the chat. I'd be curious. Who do you think's going to win it?
What if we go for one time?
Good morning, America. Rise and shine. All across the country, we're getting up early this year with one thing on our mind. Football!
It's soccer.
Whether you're repping La Cultura in all the colors, or you need the world to know this is our year. Because the beautiful game
Belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free with qualifying trade-in.
What's for dinner? Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients. It's not just a night off from cooking. It's a delicious night on for everyone at the table. Panera.
I'm actually enjoying this soccer a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest with you. I really am.
Our lives are shaped by overcoming challenges, discovering opportunities, and pursuing excellence. So, take this defining moment, this first step, to learn voraciously, question courageously, compete ferociously, and serve selflessly. The future is now. Choose to live it significantly. Apply to Mount St. Mary's University.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Free in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR on the 2023 Santa Fe. Plus 0 payments for 90 days. Plus get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
And more of the gambling stuff.
Maryland, the wait is over. DraftKings Sportsbook is officially live. That means betting legally on same-game parlays, spreads,
There you go, Stephanie.
props, and more. Anytime and anywhere across the state. So get hyped, Maryland. Download the app today and bet $5 to get $200 in free bets instantly. And get in on the action.
FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by
Widespread reports in the Brazilian media that Neymar will miss the rest of the group stage. Forced to exit yesterday's win over Serbia with a right ankle injury. His aim, though, is to be back for the round of 16. There's a look at that swollen right ankle. Fox's big noon kickoff college football crew in Columbus from Michigan and Ohio State. Are they watching the game? Coach Meyer is watching soccer. He did it. I love you, Coach. You promised me you would do it. Thank you. We're focused today on soccer. Tomorrow, though, how about this matchup? Michigan, Ohio State, 2 unbeaten. Big noon kickoff. Listen, guys, special coverage start time at 9 a.m. Eastern. I see the scoreline. USA 0, England 0. As we take a look at our first half moment. Sponsored by Verizon. Christian Pulisic still searching for his first World Cup goal. Almost came here in the 33rd minute.
I'd like to see him get one.
From Qatar on the backside.
All right, they're kicking off when we come back. I love this commercial.
Nice. Bro, are you eating my Lay's?
Yep.
Wow.
It's the FIFA World Cup. And it's football.
All right, don't start. Those are chips.
Crisps.
Those are cleats on my chair.
Boots.
But that is soccer.
No, my friend, that is football.
Okay. Soccer is a round ball. Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
These souvenirs.
Wow. Gonna talk about your Teen Choice Awards?
But we'll ask the world. Is it called football?
Or soccer?
Hey, ref, that's a football tackle. We're playing soccer here.
Mia, you're on my field. It's football here.
She's right. It's soccer. Have you won 2 World Cups?
I won 2 World Cups.
Is it football?
It's football. Soccer.
Football. It's soccer.
My Doritos, football.
Or is it soccer? It's soccer, baby.
We're doing that again, huh?
It's a classic. It's Chicharito against Howard.
This is great.
Cheetos. US football evolved from soccer rugby. I own my own soccer team. I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Did not.
You said soccer because you know you said soccer.
You heard wrong.
My house, my rules, you said soccer.
Learn it, love it.
Are you certified by Parks and Recreation to be on this field?
Don't hog them Tostitos.
It says soccer mom, not football mom.
You ever argue with soccer mom?
Bring it.
Want it? Go ahead, tell them. You're very difficult house guest. Do you know that?
I did say soccer.
I knew it.
That's a great commercial. I'm sorry.
Crisps.
Whatever.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips for the FIFA World Cup.
I give Doritos the props. That's a Super Bowl quality commercial right there.
To switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
Plus, Verizon gives you another Apple gift too, like Apple Watch, iPad, Beats Fit Pro.
Oh, for me.
No, Scrooge.
This Black Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900. Verizon.
Start Saturday strong with the game of all games on Fox. Number 3, Michigan. Number 2, Ohio State. Touchdown! One epic rivalry on a collision course for a shot at the title. Instant classic. Big game Saturday. Michigan, Ohio State on.
All right, here they are coming back.
Well, the U.S. players are already out on the field. They're in a huddle. They're ready to go. The England players only just making their way back into the tunnel at Al Bayt Stadium in Al Khor, Qatar. No score between the U.S. and England. Game 2 of 3 for both teams in the group stage. Whatever happens, the U.S. knows if they beat Iran Tuesday, they're going to advance. The question is, do they have a margin for error? Would they only need a tie? Would they maybe need to win and get some help in the other game? That's what will be determined in the next 45 minutes. What are you looking for here, second half?
Well, from a United States perspective, you'd want to see what you saw towards the end of that first half, which was a team that was brave on the ball, that was confident getting forward, testing the back line, forcing English wingers to defend. England will want to get back to what they did at the beginning of the first half, which is possess the ball and force the U.S. back.
Second half underway. Just past 11 p.m. here in Qatar. 7 o'clock in London. 3 in the afternoon in Hershey, Pennsylvania, hometown of Christian Pulisic. He left a 16-year-old to begin his professional career in Germany. He was so young when he started playing for the United States that he came back for his high school prom the night before becoming the youngest goal scorer in U.S. team history. Got a private jet to fly back to Kansas City for the game, though, because he was already a pro. And the U.S. immediately on the attack now. Anthony Robinson, chance to cross. Looks to recycle to Tyler Adams. Eunice moves it, big first touch. Resets wide. Anthony Robinson trying to clip that one in. Rice to send it back out for a U.S. throw.
Well, Jude Bellingham felt that he was fouled by Weston McKennie there, and the referee decided to play on. And the United States working the ball well, good patience in possession. Musa at the heart of it this time. Gets the ball wide to Anthony Robinson. And the U.S. have won a throw on that left side.
No changes for out of the break. Will we see Gio Reyna? Will we see Brendan Aronson? Who else might come off the bench for the Americans? Robinson back from Adams, and we'll do it again. England certainly have a wealth of attacking talent they can call upon off the bench. McKennie chesting that back out. Pulisic picking it up.
All the way back.
It ends up being the right decision because Serginho Dest was under pressure. It was good pressure from Mason Mount in the middle of the field. It just allowed, by using your goalkeeper as an extra defender there in possession, to relieve some of that pressure.
England clinched their spot in the next round with a win. U.S. can't clinch a spot. They can't be eliminated. They know it'll come down to Tuesday against Iran, who got 2 goals in deep stoppage time earlier today against Wales. Again, this result, A, gives gives them a sense of how much margin for error. Tuesday, B, it's England. It's the World Cup. Just beat them. Who cares? Turner couldn't get enough on that. Zimmerman stabs it back the other way. Weah couldn't bring it cleanly under control.
So I've noticed in possession for the United States, when they're a little bit deeper and it's with their center backs on the ball, they're stepping aggressively when Walker Zimmerman's in possession. Tim Ream, the more comfortable of the two of them.
What's up, Darren Davies? Welcome in.
Ability with his feet and also his passing. But as soon as the ball went to Zimmerman, last 2 times, Mason Mount released from the midfield and went out to get pressure on him and forced the United States backwards. I'm interested to see if England continue to bring some of that pressure, not liking how U.S. were able to spread them about and keep the ball.
We're in Trippier on the run. Hands off to Bukayo Saka. Scored twice in the 6-2 win over Iran, and they're open to great work. Anthony Robinson falling back in the seat of his pants, able to intercept and get it clear. Pulisic on the run. Haji Wright in front of him. Can he roll it? Haji Wright like he rolled it Tim Way on Monday. Here's Wright cutting back. Wright!
Oh!
McKennie picks it up. McKennie!
Wow!
The ball into the stands.
Good defending 1v1 from England. Again, I just think that Haji Wright had the opportunity here to slip in Pulisic with a run. His run in the middle of the field. No, it's the right decision in the end. England did a good job of stepping out. Pulisic
England did a great job there.
I thought that there was a gap there. It wasn't. It's amazing. Makes me remember being back down on the field and how easy it looks from up here in our position and how quickly the game, when you're on the field, and those gaps, they look big, they're actually not. These are half-second decisions that you have to make.
Jenny Taft, what did Greg Berhalter just have to tell you?
Well, it's great to catch up with Greg briefly, John, and I asked him about what he's liking with the offensive transition. He said, I believe we're getting them playing back a bit, but the biggest thing, we have to be smart and capitalize on those key moments. I felt like we ended the half was really our best. I kept hearing from the guys how important it is to stay locked in. That came from Tyler Adams, and that the first punch, we have to land it.
Here's Saka now for England. Trippier. In for Sterling now, pumping up on the right, cuts Adams back. Robinson steps in.
Terrific. Anthony Robinson.
Nice defense.
Just doing some of the unheralded defensive work. He is a left defender. You see him in the attack sometimes. He has an incredible engine. He can run all day. But still, that recognition in that moment, the anticipation of a play, seeing that a guy had stepped out of a position, getting back and recovering for teammates.
That's a foul there. And to go back to Berhalter's comments to Jenny, again, those are themes from the Wales game on Monday. Berhalter telling us yesterday, we had him where we wanted him. We needed that second goal. He said before the tournament, we just have to be decisive in those key little moments. There's such fine margins between teams at a World Cup. And the U.S. do what they were unable to do against Wales. Play that complete 90 minutes and find a way to win.
Yeah, that's going to be a theme. We'll continue to talk about that throughout the rest of this game because the intensity of this game is so high.
There's Mount. Adams blocks it, gets back to it. Pulisic, can the U.S. escape? Loses running. Pulisic. Ball stayed in play, just and a U.S. throw. Pulisic wanted to go quick.
That's YouTube. That's not me, Darren. That's not me. That's YouTube.
Can Yunus Musa be decisive?
I have no problem with you posting the England flag.
Played for England at youth level, including once against the U.S. at U17 level. And
none whatsoever.
Gareth Southgate.
Stephanie, see if you have an England flag in your thing.
He's not playing for England in this game.
Or
He's
Nick,
playing for the U.S. instead.
Walking with the Woods. I don't know why you're not in blue. Just curious if that's...
Way blocked that. Musa picks it up. Pulisic wants it now. Anthony Robinson, big run forward. Pulisic didn't see him, and he gives it away. And then Robinson's got to get back because Saka's attacking that space. Adams slides across. Bukayo Saka. Adams.
What a tackle. Remember talking about Tyler Adams and covering for teammates? It was a giveaway in midfield. Anthony Robinson doing the right thing, though. He had gotten...
There are many flags YouTube won't post. That's ridiculous.
There was a huge gaping gap. Who recognized it first? It was Tyler Adams, 30-yard sprint to get over and make that challenge in his own box.
Saw the captain there barking at his teammates about it. McGuire. That was a deflection. Now can the U.S. go into that space? Way out. Not going to catch up to that one.
This game is just so tight. It just feels like it's going to be a mistake that leads to an opportunity that opens the game up. Somebody just has that one little half second, makes the wrong decision, steps out of a hole, and gets punished for it.
Ridiculous.
Pressure there from Adams. Wright was pressuring. England able to keep it. Kane got the touch. Ream was there late. Miscontrolled Zimmerman. And Matt Turner. Well, that's what being an Arsenal a few months will do. Confidence on the ball. McKennie quickly for Weah. McGuire went flying in. Big collision there with Shaw. No foul called. Tim Weah is down.
And they're going to play on. This is not a head injury. England under no obligation to play the ball out, although they do, showing some good sportsmanship here. Jordan Pickford putting the ball out. Ooh. Yeah, Shaw's late in there.
Does it feel to you like this referee is just trying to stay out of the way tonight? Because there's been a couple of those.
Curious what Mark Clattenburg, our rules analyst, has to think about this one, because Shaw is late, and there's the studs above the ankle there, Mark.
At least 2 occasions in the first half where England players could have had yellow cards. The referee's been lenient, he's been consistent. As long as he's the same for the US, nobody will complain at the end. Let's not hope that we're talking about a refereeing decision at the end of this game.
Mark, do you not think that rises to the level of a yellow, though, that challenge?
Certainly is, because if you put your studs anywhere on the foot or just below on the ankle, you'll always get a yellow card, but the referee didn't see it that way.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe the deflection of the ball, he didn't see it in real time, and of course if the VAR, the video review, doesn't feel that it rises to the level of red and worthy of a review, they're not going to go and review that for a yellow. So I think that is, I agree with you, Mark, that should have been another yellow. I could count at least 2 now that I think England should have had.
Pressure. Shaw gets around McKennie. Kane skips away from Adams. Here's Mason Mount. Forced that great save out of Matt Turner in the first half.
Have no options, and that's because it feels like it's gotten a little stale, and the movement not there that you saw in the first half from England when they were moving the ball sharp. That's a good spot there from Saka.
Trippier out to the right. Blocked by Robinson as he was trying to go in for Bellingham.
It's the pass they're trying to find, though, in that little seam behind the midfield, in front of the defense, off to the side of the U.S. midfield. And those wingers who end up coming inside and playing as inside midfielders, a little bit of time and space. That's why the width here is...
Jonathan got it to work somehow.
Stones has the big run from Trippier. Didn't get enough on it. Pulisic heads it away. Second time in. Kane couldn't hold it up. Pulisic now, can he get on the run? Poked away from behind by Saka, but that's a foul and a free kick for the U.S.
This is where you start to think as a coach about some substitutions. We've talked so much about how expanded rosters at the World Cup for the first time, going from 23 to 26, 5 subs going up from 3, and how coaches have used that 2 advantages in second half to really make a big difference. Doesn't always have to be tactical, but sometimes getting some fresh legs in there and different ideas can open a ball, finding Musa.
Musa cross for Weston. McKennie numbers coming in for the U.S. Rolled in now. Tim Weah cutting it back.
Oh!
Musa. Bellingham got there in time. Ream charging forward on Kane. Adams wins the foot race to the loose ball and plays safe to Turner.
That's good from Tim Ream. As that ball comes out, they're looking for Harry Kane. Tim Ream playing very aggressively up on his back, wins the ball, and forces Kane not to have any time, and they win it back.
Gio Reyna amongst the players warming up right now as Dest almost gave that away to Raheem Sterling, able to recover it. Almost gave it away a second time. Loose on him there.
I guess they feel they're covering everything by doing the UK flag. I don't know.
What's that like in a player to play in a game like this where in the back of your head you're going, please don't let it be me that makes the mistake?
This is where you find out who's a lion and who's a sheep.
Pulisic, how about that? Driving inside, Christian Pulisic! And did that take a deflection? Yes, it did. U.S. corner number 3 of the game.
Because if you allow yourself to think about making the mistake, you're going to make the mistake. This is why this team, you ride that wave of momentum and confidence. You know who's feeling confident? Christian Pulisic and the U.S. fans right now.
Driven in for
oh my God, that was almost right there.
Maguire got there first, and then a foul on Musa trying to control it on the other side.
Maguire has been a magnet back there on these set pieces. This is another good ball in from Pulisic. It comes inside the 6-yard box. You're going to see Jordan Pickford rooted to his line, and it's Zimmerman gets free. A little pick from Tim Ream that opens up the space. He's able to get away from John Stones. Completely free at the back post. He's looking to hammer that one home, and it's Maguire backpedaling, getting just enough out to head it away.
Maguire long. Robinson wins the header. Adams the second ball. Pulisic off the chest. Robinson picks it up on the run. Stones trying to recover. Robinson's cross. Here we go again. Another U.S. corner. England players look confused right now.
But Pulisic is walking to the crowd. Look at that little nod. Look at that.
Pulisic catering up to the fans. I love it.
Missed out on 2018. Was a part of that team that did not qualify. Well, it's his time to shine on the big stage, and he's waiting for his marquee moment.
Here it comes in at the near post, popped in the air by Maguire. Second ball from Ream. McKennie attacking, beaten in the air by Shaw. Adams picks it up. Pulisic, big touch. Kane is there.
Another corner.
U.S. knocking on the door right now.
Well, you talked about the sort. It's been good. They're dialing it right in. I'm surprised Pickford not being more aggressive.
60-minute mark.
To get right on top of him.
To go. Pulisic once in. It was Maguire spun around. Musa, Ream. The reset for Pulisic. Got himself back on side. Pulisic thinking about it. Couldn't get around Harry Kane. Picks his pocket from behind. Way slow to react. And Tim Ream. That's going to work. U.S. can go from this. Weah. Across for Yunus Musa.
Norley and Friends, what's up? Welcome in. That's a great channel name. Norley and Friends. Welcome those guys in. That's awesome. Look at that channel name. Love it.
Just slowing it down to reset their attacking shape. When you're up from the corner, coming back, you've got guys all over the place, and that's the experienced head of Tim Ream there, 35 years old, just putting a foot on the ball, getting Zimmerman back, getting Serginho Dest out to the right, and now resetting their shape.
Dest here from Adams. Making a big run on the ball from Zimmerman. Comes short to Dest. He's got space to run into. Dest. Cutting it around. Here's Pulisic. Deflected shot. Almost fell for right. Might still. Trippier had to slide across to head it away.
Both teams are methodically working this situation. Oh!
Takes the bump. Gets the free kick for the U.S.
If you happen to be new today, hit that subscribe. We'd love for you to come back for more. We're covering all the way to the finals on this tournament.
Gareth Southgate make a sub here and freshen it up for them. Greg Berhalter's thinking about the same, but when it's going this well for you and you're on top, you don't want to change too much. Playing it short. It's actually England's inability to get pressure on the ball right now. They look tired. There was a lot of tired legs, and they're the fresher of the two teams in theory, because they had the easier game in the first one against Iran, where they ran the score up 6-2 and made a lot of subs.
Right, can he get there? Who's it last off? Corner. U.S. 6th of the game.
So
wow, another
right
corner.
Weston McKennie and Christian Pulisic off the ball as he makes his way over. I wonder if Pulisic, he's put some good balls in, maybe thinking about, hey, somebody get a body on Harry Maguire, run in front of him so he doesn't have just time and space to get that free jump and header.
And notice McKennie relaying whatever message that was for Reem and Zimmerman and Musa.
And look where McKennie's going right now. He's going right behind Harry Maguire. So he's right behind him with his hands up, signaling to the referee, I'm not going to touch him. But he's just trying to make his life a little bit more difficult here.
Pulisic drives it in. Got a touch to it. We'll do it again from the other side.
Everybody drawn to the near post. Pickford had to be sure. Nobody there, though. It's a tough one. Sometimes you're, as a goalkeeper, do you take that chance? Do you leave it if you didn't have a look? Every chance Pulisic's getting. He's trying to get this crowd and the U.S. fans behind that goal on their feet.
England didn't defend a single corner against Iran in the blowout win. This is the 7th they've had to defend tonight. Pulisic out swinging ball. Headed away. Dest trying to hold it in. Sterling draws a foul.
Yeah, you can't foul there. He's trying to say there wasn't enough contact, and that's debatable. Referee, the chance.
England's done a great job. 7 corner kicks defended. That's
back to his own goal. You've had that maintained
impressive
pressure. The whistle goes, and it just allows England to move up the field and relieve that momentum that the United States have been building there.
So here comes the first sub. Jordan Henderson, the veteran, 32 years of age, didn't play in the opener. It's his 3rd World Cup. It's going to be coming on. Gareth Southgate insisted we have a lot of respect for the United States. We're not going to underestimate them. We know their players, their quality, their athleticism, how motivated they'll be. His countrymen did not necessarily share that opinion. 25 minutes plus stoppage time to go and no score.
Jack Grealish as well, potentially. He's trying to change up the front line and also bring in another midfielder. It tells you where the United States have been dominating, right in the middle of the field.
Bellingham out of the way for Kane. Adams was alert. Reem can't play the outlet, held in by Rice. Harry Kane looking to turn, rolls it in. Saka's cross. Turner, comfortable catch. Wants to go quick. Weston McKennie. He's got to weave his way through the traffic first, unable to do so. Rice blocked him off.
Oh, he did well, really, though, to be able to get past that double teaming with England.
Gets there. So 2 subs in the wings for England. Grealish came off the bench to score against Iran. Henderson will make his debut here in Qatar. McKennie for Tim Way. Can he get it under control? Musa just trying to spin that around and just sort of.
Oh, he lost it.
Allowed Rice to clear. Ream, and he's just forced to play safe, and U.S. possession ends. And here come the changes.
Substitutions happening.
Sterling's night is done. Jude Bellingham as well. So we're from a 19-year-old to a 32-year-old in the middle of the field. Grealish at the age of 27. It's his first World Cup.
Quiet night from Jude Bellingham. Saw him in flashes in the first half when England had a lot of possession. We've seen Jordan Henderson, who's been a captain for his club in Liverpool. He's been a captain at times for England. Has got clear instructions from his coach in Gareth Southgate. He's coming on now, relaying that to the other players about what we'll see. And we're going to look at in a minute of the change of tactically for this English team.
Saka driving inside. He got a big run from Henderson. Gave the space for Shaw. Grealish outside. Shaw's cross for Kane. Met instead by Ream. Henderson able to keep it and reset. The England fans starting to roar as they get a boost with these subs. Henderson buzzing around. It comes inside for Saka. Harry Kane, Ream defending. Saka runs off him. Musa blocked the pass. Able to play Pulisic there. Pulisic runs for daylight. Couldn't make the connection with Weah.
The first clear difference I see in what Jordan Henderson has done twice in 2 minutes. He's made runs behind the back.
We're approaching the 70-minute mark.
Between the left back, Anthony Robinson, and left center back, Tim Ream. And that twice has freed up Saka, who's come a little bit underneath. So Gareth Southgate clearly feeling they were failing to stretch this United States back line and force them to defend back a little bit, which has opened up some space. It was too comfortable for them right now with these tight lines, keeping the ball in front, but they're starting to stretch. Mason Mount doing the same.
Grealish, first touch since coming on. He's going to run it Serginho Dest. McKennie for cover. Grealish weaving through. McKennie got to be careful with that tackle. Weah lost his footing, got back up, kept the ball.
That was dangerous.
Does the U.S. need to do something to adjust to this? That's going to be a foul there. Haji Wright drew the contact off McGuire. That's big for the U.S. 20 minutes to go, just to relieve the pressure.
I would say you counter back with some fresh legs. And as we say that,
if you're new today, hit that subscribe. Help us out. Trying to grow this channel up to 1,000.
That's what he brings you. Good possession player as well. It's going to be interesting to see who it's for. Is it Weston McKennie? Because, of course, we have to remember, as good of a game as he's having, he's still short on match fitness and missed around a month with his club team. His game, the last one against Wales, was his first game in that stretch. He was subbed out around the same time.
Looks a little bit unsure there. Adams pressure gets rid of it. Dest, great control. He's got an option to play it in behind. Takes the touch himself. Tackles through the ball. No signal either way from the officials. It will be a throw for England as Dest is slow to get up.
I also wonder if it maybe could be Haji Wright. We'll find out in a minute. Maybe play Brendan Aronson through the middle. Or Tim Weah.
Chance for players on both sides to get some hydration. It's warm here tonight. Warmer than it's been so far in this tournament.
I got to look up and see when the next United States game is. I haven't even looked at it.
It's not an official hydration break.
I'd imagine it's like Monday or Tuesday.
Acting as such, and here we go again. So Brendan Aronson will be coming on at the next opportunity for the U.S.
Ventures by D, what's up, Dave? Happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving to you, bud.
Dest. Turn it, nutmeg, Zimmerman with the pass.
Uh-oh.
Cross, Kane poked away. That was Weston McKennie. Way up. Couldn't get it under control. Stabbed away by McGuire. Reset quickly for Grealish from Mount. Grealish couldn't play that pass in. Anderson resets for Shaw. Still Brendan Aronson waits to come on. For Kane, Ream defending him. Kane trying to get some pressure out on Henderson. Stones all the way through. Making the run. Can Zimmerman find him? It's lofted up. Way trying to flick and couldn't. Adams picks up the second ball. Weston McKennie has it now. In for Pulisic.
Oh!
It was bodied off it.
Yeah, tough take. It's tough to take it in that little pocket when you've got three defenders surrounding you.
Now Grealish weaving his way through. Now directing traffic. Shaw for company. Nice. Big run from Henderson. He's been all over the place since coming on as a sub. Still Aronson waits to come on. Quarter hour to go at Al Bayt Stadium. The United States has never played a scoreless draw in a World Cup match. 34 prior games in World Cup history without a 0-0, more than any other team in the competition's history. A tie suits them, though. Just gives them that little bit more comfort. They don't need to worry at all. If this finishes a tie about what happens in the game between Wales and England, it's win and you're in against Iran in that case. On Tuesday, Saka turns inside of Musa. And for Henderson, picked up instead by Trippier. Jordan Henderson quickly in for Saka. Great control. That one was moving. And the U.S. does enough. Musa and Robinson combined. But they're pinned back right now. Wright couldn't do anything with it. Pulisic beaten to the second ball. Mount for Harry Kane. Thinking about the shot. He's trying to bait in the defender. Ream. Loose touch from Saka. Great play by Ream.
Offside initially, yeah.
Offside.
Free kick. Now the U.S. get to make a sub. Brendan Aronson was waiting for about, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Let's see who it's going to be for the U.S.
Appreciate you. Good to see you.
2-year-old from Medford, New Jersey, in the Philadelphia area. Historic rise over the last couple of years from the Philadelphia Union to Salzburg to Leeds United in the Premier League. Serginho Dest is sitting down.
We need one more subscriber to get to 530. If there's anybody out there that's having a good time and likes what we're doing, hit us up. Help us get to that next plateau.
And he's having a really good game for the United States. This is purely based on, well, this is a guy that would go 120 minutes, no problem. He's still working his way back to full fitness. And it's at the point of the game now where we're talking about the 77th minute where there's tired legs and fine margins. With heavy legs, and when you can't get out, you can't get the pressure, and you can't get around the field, it maybe allows England to get an advantage. It actually looks like Shaq Moore as well.
We saw Yedlin come on for Dest on Monday. It'll be Shaq Moore this time, presumably. Yes, the number 2 comes up. Or another player, you know, Greg Berhalter, they're closed, and Shaq Moore was a guy that was on the outside looking in for a very long time, came back in last summer, 2.5 years between opportunities with the U.S.
I have to say, I'm a little surprised that it's Shaq Moore over DeAndre Yedlin. Yedlin, a like-for-like right back, who is the only player on this roster that has World Cup experience. So, Shaq Moore, a surprise inclusion for some even on the roster, including me.
Dest frustrated that he's coming off. America's night is done. Marcus Rashford came off the bench to score. Hadn't been called into England for a year and a half since the European Championship. A fan favorite, Rashford. Good noting as well, both guys coming off. Destin McKennie, among the players that have shown a yellow card tonight, suspended Tuesday against Iran, so you're protecting them a little bit too.
Yep. And also now Greg Berhalter's changed out a fullback because England have changed out their wide players and they've got fresh, very talented players. Marcus Rashford, Manchester United. Jack Grealish, Manchester City. Two of the biggest clubs in the world, the English Premier League.
How about the touch from Robinson for Pulisic, the touch from Pulisic to bring it down. The immediate triple team. It's going to work. Adams picks it up. Back in for Pulisic on the turn. Pulisic trying to roll that one in, and it breaks down. You're right.
He's saying there, Haji, my bad. Found a little gap. Tried to slip him in. The pass ends up coming off too heavy. Now, teams have made a couple of changes. Let's see how this changes the momentum and the flow of the game, because I would say the last couple of minutes, England have been on top. They've been using the ball well, albeit no team has really created a decisive and incisive opportunity in the attacking field.
And every dead ball, guys are coming over, getting hydration. As we said, it's a lot warmer and more humid here tonight than it has been any of the other, the late kickoff and local time this week. Quick turnaround for both teams from Monday's opener. Shaq Moore's first involvement is to foul Jack Grealish. He's getting a little warning from the referee for the time wasting there, throwing the ball away. Manchester City versus Nashville SC. Out there on the England left, the U.S. right. Zimmerman and Moore, two club teammates, the right half of the defensive line in Nashville. And you get the two Fulham teammates, Ream Robinson, the left half. Mount, Zimmerman poked it away, couldn't take it. How about Brendan Aronson tracking back to win the ball? Pulisic.
Coming the other way.
He's got Weah opening up, clips it over the top of the defender. McGuire sliding through, and he comes up holding the back of his left leg.
He's had a good game. Look, Aaron Maguire had been the center of attention for this English national team and its fans. Heavy criticism.
In a bad way.
In a bad way, yes. Heavy criticism. Gareth Southgate stuck by him. He's been immense in the back for them.
Here's Moore now, 10 minutes to go. Shaq Moore running on. Grealish trying to recover. Couldn't get a cross in. That's Kane just flying around right now. Or Henderson, I should say. Adams put a tough spot. Lost the ball. Grealish from Rice. Tim Ream had to be there. It was. More changes in the wings for the United States. Two subs on the way as Mount is on the run. Adams trying to recover into the middle. Kane waiting for the support of Trippier. Pulisic out to defend him. Henderson, first time cross in. Turner tracking, goes up. Great catch.
Nice job, Turner.
Take by Matt Turner.
Turner's had an excellent game. There was some discussion about the goalkeeper position. The United States rotating between two keepers in World Cup qualifying. Zach Steffen, who has been at Manchester City, and Matt Turner, who was playing in MLS at the time. And then last summer, made the move to Arsenal. Greg Berhalter left Steffen off the roster, made Turner his #1, and he has been the guy in the nets, coming up with some big saves for this team.
Sargent and Reyna on the way for the U.S. Here's Moore from Pulisic. Get Alex knocked across. Moore for Weah. Aronson wants it. Aronson has it now. Weah clipping it up. Tight corners. Big tackle in there. That's going to be a foul against Moore.
Oh.
Shaw was battling in the air for it. And here come the changes. Tim Weah's night is done. They got the goal Monday. There's Dad, George Weah, who happens to be the president of Liberia, the former World Player of the Year, 1995. Right off as well for Josh Sargent. That's Gio Reyna. Unique in American soccer history, the son of two U.S. internationals. His dad, Claudio, played 3 World Cups for the U.S., captained the U.S. at 2 of them. His mom, Danielle, played played for the U.S. There's Dad in the stands.
You think he's nervous?
Tom Danielle played for the U.S. women in '93. National titles alongside Mia Hamm at North Carolina. Great to see him on the field. He's dealt with a lot of injury issues the last year and a half. So rain is on. Sargent, who started Monday, on for Haji Wright. 7 minutes plus stoppage time. Who can write their name into American soccer history with a winning goal against England? That got away from him. Pulisic able to get there in time. Sargent wants it down the channel. Here it comes. Doesn't find him. Good work by Shaw to read that play and intercept. Grealish tripped up, foul, free kick England.
Well, Shaq Moore gave the ball away, trying to force the ball down the line to the run of Sargent, and then dives in, gives away a set piece, and it's given England a chance now to bring up big boys from the back and put some pressure on this U.S. team, which has not been under pressure in this half. There's everybody back. I wonder if actually Luke Shaw's going to, well, he's trying to steal a little bit extra. Let's see how strict the referee is on the positioning, because that is nowhere near where the foul was.
Trying to get all the field he can.
Unless he plays it short, and just hook this one into the mixer right around that penalty spot. Turner's on the 6-yard box. Does he stay on his line, or does he be aggressive here?
McGuire trying to sneak away from all the blue shirts. Looking top of your screen. Running unmarked. Shaw sends it in. Ream facing his own goal. Hooks it away. Pulisic needs some help. He's all by himself right now. Dumped to the turn. Foul. Free kick U.S. Minutes and change to go.
Well, the change has been a lot of change in this tournament, that being the number that we see when it comes to added time. Very interesting, because we haven't really had much injury stoppages. There's been a couple of fouls. As we know, they're trying to play true time.
Big question was whether the U.S. could hang with England. Well, now the next question is, can they beat England? It's McGuire. Muscle Sargent for that header. Kane throws his body in on Adams, who's trying to recover. Tyler Adams able to hook it away, but
nice
it's right
job.
to Grealish.
And look, the way I see this, with the Iran win earlier in the day, the U.S. are going to have to beat Iran either way to advance to the next stage. So I know a draw takes Wales out of the picture effectively when you don't have to worry about the other game, but why not go for it here? You've got probably 5 plus another 5 or 6 minutes. And they will within reason, but it feels like they have nothing to lose.
Erickson knocks it out. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Furrow brow of Gareth Southgate, the England manager. Sargent couldn't wedge it away from Kane. He's hacked down behind the play. It's play on as Rashford has it. Hands it off for Grealish. Jack Grealish cutting inside of Shaq Moore. The back heel. Rashford with options. Going for goal. Matt comfortable. This is the second save of the night.
I think if you're watching this U.S. team for the first time, you should be proud of what you've seen. The conversation in England was about how many goals they were going to beat the U.S. team by. Some of the most renowned pundits and former players talking about this. This is the 3rd youngest team at the tournament, the United States. And they have stood in the face of England. They've traded blows. They've hit the crossbar. Still have a chance to go and win this thing.
Aronson weaving through. Musa. Robinson wants it wide if he can find an angle. Comes back the other side for Adams. Giorana's first touch. Rides inside of Grealish, and he was the wrong side of Sargent. Shaw down behind the play for England as Maguire carries forward. Zimmerman in a foot race with Harry Kane, and he's able to clean it up for Turner. Turner trying to go quick for more, get the U.S. back going. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Turner will dribble out of his own box.
Oh my goodness, Matt Turner's feeling it, huh?
Wow, Turner really came out far.
Josh Sargent. Sargent cuts it in. Pulisic wants it. Pulisic has it. Pulisic. Aronson, it was meant for more. Finds him after all. Shaq Moore into the middle, intercepted. It was meant for Reina.
That had to come in first time. The gap is gone.
Safe.
Yeah, when he gets the ball wide, England are still getting back defending towards their own goal. And as soon as Shaq Moore takes that touch, it allowed everybody to get back and then step out. He's trying to cut it back.
Crowd is into it.
Minute. Henderson flying forward. Zimmerman. And for Turner, here comes the press. Reed got it away. Pulisic. Robinson. Popped up in the air. Henderson. Back from Rashford. We'll play 4 added minutes. 4-minute stoppage time to come as England win a free kick. Play quickly, ball's back in play. Henderson clipping it up to the back post. Moore plays safe. England with a corner.
What's up, Marco?
Into second half stoppage time.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Let's see who's marking Harry Maguire now, because when you make subs, marks change. It's Josh Sargent maxed up.
+4, +4.
It'll be the same type of setup for them. It's going to be an outswinging ball. They try to drag a couple players to the near post to create some space around the corner of the 6-yard box. Setting picks for Harry Kane and Harry Maguire.
Musa marking Kane.
No score, Steve. Good to see you.
Sargent and Maguire. Trippier, outswinging ball. Turner stays at home. Bouncer, comfortable for Turner.
It was off the head of Maguire in the end, but good marking right on top of him. Force an easy header down into the ground, and Matt there's it.
3 minutes to go. Zimmerman for Aronson. Zimmerman and Grealish trying to play Musa. Adams trying to recover. Jack Grealish forced wide. And he's fouled by Yunus Musa, and a free kick coming for England as we will cross in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, and Walker Zimmerman tries to force a pass with no pressure, tries to break the line of midfield pressure right at midfield. High-risk pass, low reward in that scenario. Then Musa makes a foul trying to recover, and you've gifted England a set
Hey,
piece.
Sebastian. Great game.
Luke Shaw to take. Everybody forward for England. Everybody back for the United States. There's a debate over who's going to take it, Trippier or Shaw. They're looking to the bench for instruction. 90 seconds to go. Jesus Valenzuela is proactively managing the situation. Maguire tries to start an offside position, see if he can get himself unmarked once again.
2 minutes left. roughly for
He's
the
all the way
U.S.
in the back. He's going to try and run.
Gotta hold him.
Curve his run.
Shaw in.
Whoa! Just missed.
Harry Kane.
I'm sure a few stomachs dropped seeing that one come off the head of Harry Kane. And if you're an English fan, you're thinking this is in the back of the net. It's a good ball in. Tim Ream is
That was
with
close.
Harry Kane, and he ends up coming off the top of his head. He's trying to redirect it. Especially a man of his quality in front of goal. 51 goals for his country. You'd be disappointed not to hit the frame on that one.
Chanel jumped. Ream sends it up the ladder. 30 seconds at least.
About 30 seconds left.
Robinson does enough to knock it back to Ream. Corner will play safe and go long.
Okay.
Flyer comes over. It's a foul. Free kick for the U.S. Free kick for the U.S. with what will probably be the final action of the entire game. Flyer came over the back there.
Yeah, you bring everybody up from the back. You still keep a couple players back, but England recognized too. This is potentially the last act in this.
Only a couple seconds left, everybody. Don't forget, I'm doing 2 games tomorrow on the channel. 2 more of the games tomorrow. Hit us up with a subscribe.
They're saying just let's be patient here. Just make sure there's no time for a counter the other way. 95th and final minute of the night. Pulisic rolled ahead for Reina. Gets a throw out of it.
Why he didn't just dump that one in the box.
That's it.
That's the whistle. What a waste at the end.
But
yes,
in saying that,
That's it.
the U.S.
It's a tie.
toe-to-toe with England. The booze rain down.
U.S. is going to have to beat Iran to get into the next level. England will be in. What a great way. Hit us up with a subscribe on the way out. Come back tomorrow. 2 more games. We will start up, take Sunday off to do American football, and then Monday we start back on the Cup, the race to the finals. 2 games a day average. You want to give us a follow so you know when we're live. Thank you for joining. We'll see you real soon.